It's a wing it episode.
Bobby, you do? You have some?
Oh,
some agendas to get off?
No, I don't got any agendas particularly. You know, I just know today's gonna be interesting.
Bobby, I heard you're supposed to be scoring 50 points today in back-to-back games.
AB.
Oh my dude.
Calling it now. Big Ox Bob going for back-to-back 50-point games if he's here. Did you do work last night on the panel or what?
No, just kind of kept it cool. It was just a good episode.
Oh,
it was a good episode.
That's what I had to get off. My bad, Bobby. That's what I had to get off.
I didn't know Dub was using his Nokia phone for his camera today.
What's wrong with my camera?
No, I mean, you look like you're playing Minecraft.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Does anyone else see this? Am I tripping?
You talking about his camera quality?
Yeah.
No way, Dub.
Bro, look at it. It's so bad. Maybe it'll fix itself. There. Speak of the devil. We were just talking about him before we started this show, and there he is pulling up. I'm about to pull him up. We got Joel from Pick a Side podcast with us today. Joel, what's good? Thank you for joining.
Hey, what's up, man? How's it going? I'm happy to be here.
Yes, sir. Here we go.
What's up, Joel?
Yeah, how's it going?
Pretty good, bro.
What up,
J-Rod,
fellas?
what's going on, bro?
What up, fellas? What up?
Better late than never, I suppose.
Sorry, I had to get my puppy right.
This is perfect timing because I was literally going to kick this show off with I wanted to talk about that Knicks-Lakers game last night and how funny Julius Randle is. So I'm glad you pulled up, J-Rob, because now you and Joel can defend Julius Randle and Tom Thibodeau's action.
I'm not defending them. I got no defense, bro.
Oh, my God.
Julius Randle has so much good about him, but there are moments when he hijacks the offense, and that was one of them. Jalen Brunson was wide open. Randle was getting double. Jalen Brunson was cooking. He was eating late in the game. I don't know why we didn't run the last play for Jalen Brunson. I felt like if he had the ball in his hands, we would have beat the Lakers.
That was just idiocy. Like, at the end of the day, Jalen Brunson, and, I know everybody loves Julius Randle, all-star. Jalen Brunson's our best player.
He's the clear-cut one. He's the
clear-cut one. I understand he don't not have the athletes are clear-cut one. There's no way the ball is not in his hands for the last possession. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, to me, there's no way you draw up a play that doesn't benefit Jalen Brunson getting a shot at the rim or a jumper or something. You know what I'm saying? And he could get to the rim. He got a great flotation device. So,
Yo, I didn't see the last play. What happened? Was it like a broken play, or did Julius just get the ball and just go? Or
there was like 4 or 5 seconds left on the clock, and it was a sideline inbounds. Jalen Brunson was inbounding,
and he's inbound. I was about to say Jalen Brunson is the inbounder.
Okay, so I get it.
Designed for him to get the ball right back.
I get it. To Bobby's point, that's one aspect, but also he's probably the best passer on the team, so you don't want to have to rely on someone else who's could be sketchy inbound passer. So I get it, but to Bobby's point, either get that shit back to him or have someone else throw the ball in to Jalen Brunson. Mm-hmm. But he gets it on the wing, 4 or 5 seconds left, and then it's just all right to the rack, and then he gets doubled going to the rack, and then he throws up some bullshit and it gets blocked. But and then they went to overtime, and then the Lakers put him in the dirt. But bro, Julius Randle, man.
He's by far one of the worst good basketball players I've ever seen in my life. Like, it's terrible.
I kind of get what you're saying.
It's like you're not trash, but it's like you're not good. It's like, it's like you're nasty. He's just a nasty individual, bro. I don't like watching him play.
What do we think about RJ Barrett?
Okay, thank you. I was gonna wait until we finished that and let people get their last points off, and I was going straight to RJ Barrett because God damn it. My prediction before the season started, because last year it was my Ja Morant over Trae Young take before the season started. This year I was like, I'm going to try and go even further off the rails, and I said RJ Barrett would be an all-star. I don't think RJ Barrett should be in the NBA at this point.
Jay, I was telling you, am I still pixelated? Am I good right now?
Your joint not really too focused, but you good.
It's whatever.
Just fired up.
Nice.
I told you last season, bro, to don't do it. I said, don't go on this train because this is not a train you want to be a part of. I said, RJ Barrett is not that guy. You struck lightning once last season. You didn't have to try to push it again. And what did you do? I mean, I respect it. You stuck with your guns, but bro, come on, man.
Bro, he closed out the season so well. Okay, I shouldn't say so well, but the second half of the season, RJ Barrett actually looked good, and I was like, okay, surely this goes into next season.
On your
right?
fantasy team, it was on your fantasy team, right?
Yeah, but I was watching him too. I was watching him because he was on my fantasy team. So I was like, all right, well now I have to watch RJ Barrett. And what he was doing, he was looking good. He was knocking down jumpers. He was getting to the rack. I mean, he can't dribble with his right hand, but that's all right. Neither can Julius Randle. So
I feel bad for the Knicks franchise. I'm not gonna lie. It's just a bad franchise to be a part of. I feel bad for you, Joel.
Yeah, Joel. What do you,
we actually we benched RJ last night, bro.
Yes, in OT.
Yeah,
we benched him. He didn't play. I don't think he played. He didn't play the rest of the game. We benched him. But I will say this though. I don't know how you feel about this, Joel, but I rock with. I like RJ, man. Like I hate to say it. Like I hate to like say it because obviously sometimes the games do not speak for themselves. But like I think he always had, even coming out. I liked him coming out of college. I just think he's like if bad front office, bad coaching, like a lot of those things do matter. And I think like when it comes to the Knicks, bro, like we have not done a great job with like player development, I believe, or getting the best out of guys. And I think RJ, if he may have been drafted somewhere else, I think the conversations we have about him will be significantly different.
I don't totally disagree with you. I think RJ Barrett's mid. I think he's mid. And this was a thought that I had last year when he struggled in the beginning of the season. But then he kicked up and I changed my tune on him. I was very high. I was more so high on Jalen Brunson this year. I thought he was going to be like an all-star caliber player. RJ Barrett averages the weakest 20 points per game I've seen in a while in a player. I think his 20 points per game are meaningless. I look at him drop 19, 22 a game, and it doesn't feel like it impacts the game at all. He's a player that can't space the floor, so he can't complement stars. He's not good enough creating to be a first or secondary option. He's an average defender. He doesn't pass the ball. In college, he had a role that I don't think was ever going to be there in the NBA. Coach K had the ball in his hands all the time. He was the point guard in Duke. No team wants RJ Barrett to have the ball that much currently in the NBA. And I understand the development part, but at some point we have to realize that if you're great, you're going to show greatness. John Moran went to Memphis, instantly turned their franchise around. Zion has turned the Pelicans franchise around when he's been healthy at a historic second season. We're still waiting for RJ to do this. Julius Randle took the leap over him and became an all-NBA player. Jalen Brunson came in here and said, this is my team before it's your team, RJ. Like, we've given RJ every single opportunity to try and be that guy, and he just has not improved in the way that we would like. He's a disappointment of a third overall pick. And in the 2019 draft, you look at Zion, he's better. Josh better. Tyler Herro's better. Jordan Poole's better. Keldon Johnson, I'd rather have him on my team. Kevin Porter Jr. is on the Rockets, but it's an argument of whether or not over RJ.
I agree.
And Darius Garland is obviously better than him too. I just think that RJ Barrett doesn't fit much with teams, and he's kind of just an odd player. And I don't know where he fits in the NBA right now.
See, my thing with RJ is like he reminds me of kind of like Aaron Gordon being asked to like carry a team that he had no business carrying because of the type of player that he was. It was not conducive to being that type of guy. But look, RJ somewhere else may be able to fulfill a role in an off-ball situation that may work somewhere else. Because I'm telling you, I know some guys flat out became stars early, but let's not also act like we haven't seen RJ have some legitimate flashes where he's been a legitimate 3-level scorer in the NBA. I said flashes. I didn't say I said flashes, bro.
But J-Rob, if you get that much PT, bro, you bound to get flashes of something, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you.
That's
like
a fact.
it is what it is.
That's a fact. But he's also a third round. He was a third overall draft pick. He got to play.
I get
but look, RJ, it might be tough for him to accept that he's more of a 6-man type player. I think he'd be cool like as a 6-man role, maybe like in Phoenix,
maybe
or
a 9th man.
I mean, whatever, just in the rotation though. But he's just
I don't
not.
I don't think he's the ninth man in a rotation.
9 minutes a game guy. Yeah.
If he come off the bench and he's like next to like a Devin Booker, you know what I'm saying, over there, or
so like
6 man playing some.
Like the best thing he can learn to do is play off the ball. Learn to play like off the ball, be more of a slasher, because he can score inside, right? So if he learns those other nuances and expands his game, I got faith in RJ Barrett, man. Shout out to my boy.
RJ got game.
Yeah, and I thought he was doing that in the second year. He shot 40% from 3, but then in his third year, he regressed back to the mean. He wasn't very good. And last night, I was going through like NBA teams, and I was just like, you know what? I want to see if, like, just hypothetically, if any of these teams would actually want RJ Barrett on their team. Like, oh, are any of these teams clamoring at the bit to get RJ Barrett? And I'm gonna start with this first team, the Dallas Mavericks. We know they need a secondary guy so bad. I don't think they want RJ Barrett.
Fuck no.
I agree. And
that's a team desperate for like a player, and I don't think they want RJ Barrett.
We just want Jalen Brunson back.
Give me another one.
The Phoenix Suns.
They might benefit from a RJ Barrett.
Nah, they're not benefiting from him. They got CP3 and Devin Booker. He just gonna come off the bench.
I think the Phoenix Suns will be a fit for RJ. I do.
No.
I mean, not to come and start, but as a 6 man, I think that's a good.
And then, like with Monty as a coach, bro, I think he would do more things with RJ. I think he would be a nice compliment to that team.
Because RJ doesn't start.
But Joe, are you saying these names? Are you saying them as like somebody to come and be like the starting 2 guard or 3 guard, or are you saying just to fit somewhere on the team and have a role?
Ideally, you'd want RJ to be a starter for like, the expectations on him. But yeah, just to have a role, Phoenix, Mikal is better than him. And Cam Johnson doesn't have the numbers, but I think he's a much better fit than RJ.
Right.
Cam Johnson can shoot though. That's
So and that's
give me Cameron Payne. Give me Cameron Payne over RJ. Nah, that ain't nah. We're not bugging. We're not. Nah, y'all.
Bro, I don't know.
We gotta be real with RJ. Who's a better passing distributor, RJ Barrett or Cameron Payne?
I'm taking RJ Barrett.
What?
RJ Barrett.
What?
No, you're not, J-Rob.
No way.
I'm not talking about the passing. I wasn't not to answer the passing question. I'm just saying in general. I'm taking RJ, bro.
For sure.
I don't care about that passing, bro. I'm taking RJ.
I'm not gonna break this one down.
We talking about off the bench. We talking about off the bench. A secondary facilitator who can also knock down the 3 ball. You suck too, Xavier. Who can also knock down the 3 ball. Man,
why are you asking?
Payne over RJ, bro.
RJ Barrett is not a point guard. He's a 3. Like the jobs are different.
He don't play defense. So what are we doing? He's average at best.
You know where RJ needs to go?
Cam Payne is such a defensive anchor, right?
RJ Barrett
to the G League, Jetty.
That's one option, but he needs to go to the Lakers so that he could get Phil Handy to teach him how to dribble.
My goodness, him on the Lakers would be so ugly.
He needs that Phil Handy work.
This is really ridiculous.
I feel like the 2 teams that I think of that actually would be cool fits would be the Pacers is one.
Mm-hmm.
Pacers could be okay. The Blazers aren't too bad, but I'd much rather have Shaedon Sharp get those touches. And the Miami Heat. I think the Heat, maybe they turn him around. I don't know.
Dub.
We turned a lot of people around, so I wouldn't be surprised with that. Miami Heat, I'm not mad at. We turned. Pause that.
I don't know. And RJ's still young, fellas. Like RJ's still very, very young. You know what I'm saying? Like I still got a little faith. Come on, JD.
I do. I definitely do.
Okay.
I have faith.
I mean, hold on. Let's.
So I do think RJ. One thing, mentality-wise, I think mentality-wise, RJ wants to be an alpha, bro. Like his mentality
he averages 20.
Yeah.
How many shots does he
Joel, you're not wrong. That is a crazy 20 points. Just meaningless.
It's a weak 20 points. I've never seen it before. Well, I have, but recently, this is the guy. Like this is, I think he's gonna be the empty stats player of like our generation.
Player of the year, empty stats player.
Like we're gonna look at RJ and be like, he's just wow, this guy averaged this much. It didn't feel like he did.
But maybe something saves him because that would have been Andrew Wiggins if it wasn't for the Warriors kind of showing him other ways to play the game and really highlighting the things that he does great. You know, he was an all-star, everything. So you never know. Things could change. Free RJ, man.
16 shots a game, Bob.
16.
Wiggins-
Okay, that's
Wiggins showed even on the Wolves, he did have flashes of being a very good defender. On top of being the good defender, he's a good slasher as well. He's always had that. The Warriors just maximize those abilities. So RJ Barrett, we just went through his game right now. He's not that great of a shooter. He's not that great of a shooter. He's an average at best defender. He's not that great of a driver. Like, what about his game can be increased or maximized on any other team? No, he actually needs to develop his game. That's what he needs to develop his game.
You think
even
Wiggins?
more.
You think Andrew Wiggins' game was fully developed before he got to the Warriors? You don't think they added anything to his game? Because that's the thing with the Timberwolves. He was asked to be a primary scorer.
Mhm.
With the Warriors, he was not asked to be that. So there,
J-Rob,
he did have to add.
He didn't develop anything as far as his actual ability to play. It was more of a mental or mindset thing going to a different organization. Andrew Wiggins was already cold before he got there. He was just playing in Minnesota, and what he was doing wasn't winning.
But Dub is also lying too, because you said RJ Barrett is not a good driver of the basketball.
Well, you know what, J-Rob? We all got on here and told a big lie already. Because y'all
RJ can play two ways. This is like I don't know who's doing defensive win chairs here at Players' Choice, but I don't like the way we talk about defenders as a whole, because that's like average at best defender. I don't think RJ's an average at best defender, bro.
What do you think he is?
Okay, what was your grade? What was your thing with the numbers?
Just
1 through 10.
Just
1 through 10.
10 points.
I would give him a 7 at his best, bro. That's good. That's good.
That's fine.
You know, J-Rob, I think you made a great point earlier, and I think it actually works against your argument, because you said Wiggins was asked to be a primary scorer in Minnesota. He was asked to do that. He averaged 23, I think, in 2016 or 2017. And it's obvious, like, he can't be the first option on the team. Mm-hmm. He went to Golden State, and now he's asked to be in a role, and now you see he's much more efficient. He's playing a great role. RJ is not asked to be a primary guy in New York. So nothing this far shows me he can be a primary guy anywhere else. And in New York, he's struggling to even find a role. So that's why I think that's the difference with Wiggins, is that Wiggins was asked to be a primary guy, then fit into a role player, where RJ's a role player right now, and he's not thriving in that situation.
But wait a second, Joe.
I think that was from the emergence of Julius, though. If we never got Julius, what would we demand from RJ? You know what I'm saying? Like, Julius kind of like.
Not true.
But hold on. Y'all tripping anyway. Y'all tripping anyway. Because Joe, I lost track of standings and records and whatnot, and I let you come up here and you gave that long speech and you rocked me to sleep. And you convinced me that the Knicks are just ass, when in actuality they're plus 500 team. That 20 points per game from RJ obviously means something.
Though.
It don't matter who it's. It don't matter because that's irrelevant. It doesn't matter who it's because they're a basketball team. I remember when they went on that run and won what, 6 or 7 straight. So somebody got to do it. So if it's because of Jalen Brunson, then that's fine. I'm talking about the New York Knicks as a whole. Y'all came on here and just blasted RJ. No, not y'all. We just blast RJ Barrett like that 20 points means nothing when they're 27 and 25. And we sit up here and we talk about LeBron James's points all day, and they're 13th, 12th in the East.
No.
West, my bad. To be
fair, Bobby,
hold on.
We have talked about those meaningless ass buckets.
I'm not gonna let y'all do this today. Because look, I just let y'all rock me to sleep with these big words.
Well, good morning.
And smooth talking. I was over here asleep. Joe just hit me with the follow the clock. He just hypnotized me and let me believe that RJ Barrett's 20 points meant nothing. He's shooting 16 shots a game, where you got a lot of guys out here shooting 26 shots a game. He's averaging 20 points. He plays defense. First of all, y'all said he don't play defense. RJ Barrett plays defense.
I defended.
You know what I'm saying? He's 27. They're 27 and 25. They're in the playoffs. They're in the play-in. They're the 7th seed. So I don't want to hear nothing about anybody else that's not in the playoffs. LeBron James, because y'all been talking so crazy about that, man. Y'all done had me up here defending LeBron, and I just don't do that. But I had to do it for about a week straight. But let's get it back. Let's get things back leveled. RJ Barrett's 20 points mean more than LeBron James points.
Oh my God,
no, they don't.
Oh my God,
Bob. Hold on. But
What?
I'm gonna lie, I love.
Well, they're at least equal. Okay, I went too far.
No, they're not.
They're at least equal. Why not? Why not?
They're not.
Why not?
They're not equal.
They're 27 and 25, J-Rod.
No, they're not. But I'm gonna tell you why they're not equal. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you why they're not equal because there are games where RJ Barrett can play an absolute dud, and the Knicks can win. If LeBron James plays like a dud, Lakers don't have a shot in hell.
When AD's on the court, and there's been times
AD is not consistently been on the court, bro. And
so Jalen, you got more faith in Jalen Brunson than Anthony Davis?
To stay healthy and on the court this year,
to stay healthy, yes. Yeah. To stay healthy,
that's fair.
As a player, though,
let me get one hypothetical off. Let me just get one hypothetical off, please. Allow that one hypothetical. Okay. Let's say that they each play 65 games this season. Whose 65 games do you want? Jalen Brunson's or Anthony Davis?
Anthony Davis.
Okay, so how come?
I'll take the risk every time. I'll take the risk every time.
And then y'all just came here and just dismantled Julius Randle. So that means all RJ really has is Jalen Brunson. So his 20 points got to mean more.
That's not true.
What did that's they? How did they dismantle Julius Randle?
Nobody dismantled Julius Randle.
I don't.
Oh, I did.
Like he was a middle school player.
No, I did not say that.
The thing about
I don't think he was here yet, J-Rod.
The thing about Julius Randle that we say, I even said he's a good player. It's just he's just one of the worst good players I've seen in the game. He's impactful to that team 100%. Jalen Brown. No, that's exactly what I said, word for word. That is exactly word for word what I said. Jalen Brunson is still a very good and impactful person to that team. And on that team, RJ Barrett, on that team, RJ Barrett is at best the third reason why that they're in the position that they're in. We're not going to just sit here and say just because they're 27 and 25 right now that RJ Barrett's 20 points is just that crazy impactful. Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson and what they have been doing throughout the season is more impactful to what they've been doing for the season, bro.
Oh man, okay.
I can't believe you, bro.
J-Rod.
Go ahead.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Go ahead, Joel.
It is what it is.
To say that RJ Barrett's 20 points is just as impactful as LeBron's 28, 7, and 7. It's crazy.
I said points.
LeBron James right now, when he's on the court for the Lakers, they are winning games. It's when he's off. He cannot rest for more than 4 minutes, or else the Lakers blow an entire lead, and now LeBron has to play superhero. LeBron, I mean, right now he's 38. He's about to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in all-time points record. I mean, his points mean something. LeBron James has a track record of his points meaning something. RJ Barrett's points, I stand by what I say. They don't mean anything. Julius Randle is an all-NBA player. This year, he's played at an all-NBA level. He's averaging 24, 10, and 5, around there. Jalen Brunson is averaging 22 points per game. In the last 20 games, he's averaging like 30, close to 30 points per game. Quentin Grimes is our best shooter. He's our best perimeter defender. Emmanuel Quickley has been our best perimeter defender this year. I feel like IQ, Grimes, Randle, Brunson have all been more impactful than RJ this year. And Mitchell Robinson, he's been hurt, but he was our best defender and he was our anchor. He's been more impactful than RJ Barrett. You can replace RJ with any middling wing in the NBA and we'd have this same record. You can replace RJ with a player like OG Anunoby who's better than him and we'd be a far better team.
That's OG.
OG's a different type of player than RJ.
You gotta leave OG.
Don't do that.
And don't forget,
OG's a dog though. I like OG.
You can replace
Cameron Payne too.
You can replace RJ Barrett with Dorian Finney-Smith, and I swear to God, the Knicks have had the same record.
No, they would be better with Dorian Finney-Smith.
They would,
bro. But my thing is, I don't disagree with anything. I don't disagree with anything you just said, Joel. But my issue is with this RJ thing is, bro, they did not develop him well, and I'm just saying a change of scenery to me with the things that I feel like I've seen and know from RJ. He can go somewhere else, and I think somebody will do better with him if he goes to a better situation. I personally think the narrative is still yet to be said on RJ, bro. Because at the end of the day, we can say what we want, Joel, about the Knicks. You know, and I know as two Knicks fans and Jets fans, we are New York sports fans to the core. You know, we ain't going nowhere fast. Even when we play these close games with the Lakers, we still missing something. So even when Brunson plays great and Randle has a good game, we know that's not bringing us anywhere, bro. Let's be honest.
Is Jay Crowder still available?
I think he's going to the Bucks. I think actually.
I definitely agree with your point about how we're kind of like stuck in mediocrity. You know, we're not going to be a contender. We all know that. That's a fact. If Julius Randle never took an All NBA leap in 2020, and let's say like, okay, the Knicks gave RJ the keys, the Knicks right now would have Cade Cunningham on their roster. We'd have a superstar young talent, and we'd ultimately replace RJ Barrett. I don't like the idea of teams being stuck in the middle. I like teams that tank and are all in on tanking. I feel like the Wizards right now are a team that, you know, they're just stacking talent and they're just mid. But I think there is value in being good, especially with a team like the Knicks in such a big market. We saw Brooklyn have one good season with Karis LeVert, Dinwiddie, and D'Lo, and that landed them KD and Kyrie. If the Knicks can string together a couple consistently competitive seasons, it's not out of the realm possibility that we can land a star once he becomes available.
That's a great point.
I don't think anyone wants to play with Julius Randle.
That's a great point. My thing on Joel, I'm big on the chip. Like I just feel
I'm
like
not
if
lying.
you're not doing things that are in order to like the goal are not to win a championship, that's where I get frustrated. Like, are we making this move to just be okay, or is this move, you know, going to leapfrog us to a certain? It don't got to be overnight, but you know what I'm saying. To me, it got to be like a ladder, though. Got to just continue to go up.
Hey, J-Rob, you gotta cut the cap, bro. You gotta cut the cap
about what?
You gotta cut the cap about RJ.
Yeah, see, that's how your computer shut you up because it knew he was about to start lying.
I know his computer sounds crazy too. It probably sounds like a plane taking off. Like, how does he not know that shit is in 240p?
So the Knicks this year have a record of 4-2 without RJ Barrett.
Right.
So they've won without RJ, and
I'm not saying 6 games.
I know it's not a huge.
I'm about to violate Joel. I'm about to pull an ox.
We've won without RJ Barrett.
I won more games. I won a bunch of games without Ja Moran. No, I'm not going through that. I'm not going through that.
For me, Joel, I'm not mad at that stat, but it's just like it's only 6 games, 4-2.
Oh yeah, for sure,
you know,
for sure.
If it was like 10-3, you know, I could get with you, but I can't get with you.
Are we here?
Yes, you're here.
Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
How was that flight?
JD,
your flight land?
Quality good.
But look at these game logs though from RJ. 13 points, 24, 19, 6, 30, 23, 21, 32, 13, 17. He really is just a player that he'll either have 20 on good efficiency or he's going to have below 15 on bad efficiency. That's kind of what he is right now. He's just too inconsistent as a player.
So J-Rob, so back to the point I was saying about RJ Bell about the development process. You need to hold some accountability to RJ Barrett as well. The dude just hasn't gotten better as well. We've seen guys in terrible scenarios. Andrew Wiggins, Christian Wood is a guy where they sit here and they actually show consistently that they were actually good NBA players, and to change the scenery, put them on a different level. RJ Barrett on the New York Knicks, throughout his whole entire career, he's showing minuscule flashes of that caliber player. I'm just saying,
but Joel, you and I both agree. At the end of last year, though,
I'm saying, give him a chance.
At the end of last year, that last year, end of the stretch, we felt good about him going into this year. We thought he could take a leap.
I did it.
I think you and I were both very surprised. No, come on, JD, don't act like you didn't have him to be an all-star.
That's what I'm saying. I couldn't believe it.
This is my problem, guys, is if we felt this way about a guy going in, I'm not going to go off this cliff and say he's a bad player. Like, I just don't think he's in a fit for him. Like, personally, I just don't think it's a fit for him. And I see the potential, bro. And maybe I'm biased because I'm a fan of RJ. I was a fan with him coming out. I was really excited the Knicks drafted him because I thought he was going to be a franchise changer for us. So I was clearly wrong. So maybe I have some bias there, but I just think
no cap though.
It could be something better somewhere else.
No cap though. I hate the bailout of Julius Randle emerged, so it hinder RJ Barrett. No, when you have a great player alongside a good player alongside of you, a lot of times that makes it easier for your game to develop because you have another threat on the court and not everybody's keyed in on you. So I'm not sitting here with the logic of just because Julius Randle is there, it's hindering in his development as a player. No, it actually would have made it easier. Mainly because of that threat on the court being right there next to him, and he could be able to get a lot more things off because of that.
And when we did make the playoffs in that bubble year, well, not the bubble year, but the COVID year, we only started winning once the Knicks traded for Derrick Rose. We were 24-19 with Derrick Rose, and that's what elevated us to being a playoff team. And even in the playoffs, RJ Barrett sucked in the playoffs, and Derrick Rose was our best player in the playoffs.
I remember that.
And that's why, like, I mean, RJ Barrett, to me, just the regular season is disappointing. He's not consistent enough. We saw him in the playoffs, and he didn't do anything. I'd rather sell where the value is currently, because I don't know. I don't know where the value is going to go. I feel like it's only going to keep dipping down with the Knicks. And he was benched, and he was very mad about that last night. But he has to play better.
Him getting out of New York is the best thing for everybody involved.
And to say Julius Randle did not stunt RJ Barrett's growth a bit, Dub, it's irresponsible, bro.
Said what?
It is irresponsible to say that Julius Randle did not have some sort of effect on RJ's growth, bro. Like,
no, he did not. I'm not with the logic of he hindered him as a player. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, all right, we've summoned the resident Knicks fan. He sent a couple super chats. KG San, 25, 10, and 4, getting disrespected heavily. Emmanuel, Quickly, and Grimes are more important than RJ at the moment. RJ needs to get his explosiveness back. He's strong, but not fast enough to be a great defender. And then he followed it up with RJ has no bag. He can't create a mid-range shot or an off-the-dribble three. Somehow Julius can, but RJ can't. He has to develop better over the summer. All right.
Season.
I'm surprised he wasn't dogging us for
RJ Barrett revenge tour coming soon.
Getting on his
Knicks.
Speaking of,
that's a bad tour to be a part of.
What are we gonna do with Cam Reddish? Are we gonna send him to the Lakers? I want him to go to the Lake Show.
Who do you believe in more, Cam Reddish or RJ Barrett?
I believe in RJ Barrett more.
Come on, don't do that, because you haven't even seen Cam Reddish really play too much.
I like both of them.
I like both of them too.
Ron, I think Ron was up here saying he'd rather have Cam Reddish.
Tibbs is whack for what he's doing with Cam Reddish. I think he's corny.
He need to let him go.
Stun that young man's growth. That's stunning somebody's growth.
That's really stunning somebody's growth. Yes,
that's
that
true.
100% is.
That's stunning somebody's growth.
With you there.
Speaking of New York, Breanna Stewart just became part of the New York Liberty.
Oh, she left.
So there goes the Storm's chances of.
Damn, I knew she was going through it.
That's a hell of. I ain't gonna lie, JD. That was a hell of a move.
Bro, that's tough.
That was a good move. They didn't have no choice. She didn't have a choice. You know what she had to go.
So now,
when I wanted to, go ahead, JD.
I was just gonna say. So now the Storm, we lose Sue Bird, and now B Stu. Now it's like, now what?
I got Jewel Lloyd.
Is it rebuild season now?
Well, I wanted to ask y'all a question anyway. I came up here prepared with the question. I wanted to know who wins between the Aces and the Spurs.
What?
All right, Bobby, we're not doing this. Bobby, we're not doing this.
7-game series. Hey, 7-game series.
Bobby, we're not doing this. Yeah, we're moving on.
All right, bro. 7-game series.
Tomorrow,
I might got the Aces in 6.
Tomorrow, since we're here, I want to put up a lucre wager with just because we were talking about him with Julius Randle and Bam Adebayo. Dub. They're playing the Heat tomorrow. They both average the same amount of rebounds. Do we do rebounds? I'd rather do points.
I'm not winning. I'm not taking that bet. I don't want that bet.
Why not?
Julius Randle he stuffs the stash
over Bam.
Yeah, he stuffs the stash.
All right, perfect. Let's do this then, because I'm going to take. We're doing points. Julius Randle versus Bam Adebayo. This is tomorrow. We also have our wager of the week tomorrow. That is Jaren Jackson Jr. and Evan Mobley blocks. That's the conspiracy wager of the week.
As long as Jaren Jackson don't foul out.
Shout out to Lucre Sports. Okay, hold on. Julius Randle, Bam Adebayo, points. I'm taking Bam. Dub and J-Rob are taking Julius, huh?
Julius,
that dude. He's an empty.
I know.
Version, bro.
I know one thing about Julius Randle. He gonna get his.
He is gonna get his no matter what.
That's one thing about Julius. He's going to make sure there's a 20 points at least on that box score. I'll give him that. He's gonna get his buckets.
What is all?
Bobby, who are you taking?
God.
Between Julius and Bam?
Yeah.
Points, Julius.
Joel?
I'll take Julius.
All right. I like being the lone wolf with the Bam pick.
One thing Dub forgot to say is Julius is probably the most aggressive scoring superstar in the NBA.
I hate it. That's why I hate watching him play, bro.
That's bully ball personified.
It's annoying as hell. Like, why do you act? Why you think you Kobe? Like, he really think he Kobe sometimes. It's like, come on, bro. I don't never forget that 3 he pulled up.
But
Like,
he probably
thought he
work
was
on that
mellow,
though.
bro.
He definitely work on that in the gym.
He
though.
could work
That's
on that.
where we're at,
Yeah. He works to be like
Y'all
Kobe.
see-
It fails.
Hey, you
Look at
see
J
you at
Rob
the
up
top.
there. The 2-0.
Yeah.
Ron 2-0, Dub 1-1.
Yeah.
Bob, me 1-1. Bama 0-2. Bama's gonna get knocked off this
Bama's
leaderboard.
nasty. Bama is so nasty.
Oh, let's get it.
Yes, sir.
If you have not checked out Lucas Sports, make sure the link is pinned to the top of the chat right now. If you're here live, there's 500 of you live right now. So make sure you check that link out. Link is also in the description. Otherwise, if you download it on your own, use code Player's Choice. That is facts. If you haven't paid the entry fee, that is a like and hit that subscribe button.
Likes up.
Moving on. Let's talk about Dub. Let's talk about Kyrie's resurgence. I think in the last 7 games, he's averaged about 35 or so, looking like a superstar. People were ready to write Kyrie Irving off as no longer a superstar talent. Well, maybe not talent. I think superstar talent, people still understood that he was that
No, they've
level
been
of a
trying.
player.
They've been
But
trying to write him off as a superstar. For
the
years
the
now.
way that we talk about superstars, I think they're trying to pass him off of that. So talk to me about Kyrie.
Man, Kyrie, bro. I mean, he's just showing the world what everybody should have already known, man. What I knew, bro. Kyrie Irving's still that dude. He's still capable of being a scoring machine. He's passing and playmaking at a very good level too in the absence of KD, and they're doing their best to make up for the lack of defensive help that KD brought to the team. But so they're really just committing to trying to outscore guys. And they're doing their thing, bro. Kyrie Irving showing you guys why he's still a top 5 point guard in the league. Seems as the whole COVID seasons and recency bias that came with Kyrie Irving, they just forgot how good a basketball player he is, and he's just reminding the world who he is, bro. Let's not forget he took the challenge of walking Stephen Curry up and down in that Golden State Warriors game, and just giving him the work, bro. And it is what it is, bro. The Brooklyn Nets is a scary team in the postseason, bro. And when KD comes back, bro. That's another thing people just sleep on about Kevin Durant. They just fail to recognize that how impactful he is on the Brooklyn Nets defense. Like, their defense took a tremendous hit as soon as Kevin Durant went out, and not a lot of people think about that. And people act as if Kevin Durant is not this great. People act as if Kevin Durant is not this great. Hold up, Bobby. People act as if Kevin Durant is not this great of a defender or impactful defender when it's clearly demonstrating in 2 years in a row how the defense just falls off a cliff every time KD is not there. So that's all I gotta say, bro.
Bob. No, Bob.
I'm taking the Bucks still, but
you said a lot of great things. I think the Nets, if they're healthy, can beat the Celtics. I like the Nets team a lot. I'm a James Harden fan. I like the Nets, although I'm a Knicks fan. And the Sixers or the Nets, I want to come out the East. I got to see how health plays into a part in all this, but I agree with everything you said outside of Kyrie Irving being a superstar. He's not a superstar. He's not. Kyrie Irving is an amazing player. Like, he's a great player. There's no doubt. He's probably top 25 in the league right now. A superstar, at least my definition of it, is the best player on a championship team. I don't think Kyrie Irving can be that. I don't. And the Nets have been finding their groove recently, but early on, there was a lot of struggles from Kyrie, just his shooting struggles from the field. Lately, it's been getting picked up, but the Nets clearly struggle because Kyrie Irving the assist numbers may be better, but I feel like he's still kind of like a step slow to some passes, and the playmaking isn't all the way there that I'd like it to be. And he's not a top 5 point guard. I don't think he's a top 5 point guard right now.
Who's better than him?
Wait, Kyrie Irving's not a top 5 point guard?
Joel.
Let's get into this. Let's go.
No.
I got so many questions to ask. I
could get on train.
Steph Curry's better than him. We know that.
Yeah, 100.
Luka's better than him. We know that.
Okay.
John Moran is better than him this year, no doubt, and he's been better for the last 2 seasons. John Moran is better.
You lose me.
Give me the other.
Keep going.
Damian Lillard is better this year.
Yes. I can get with that.
And I think you can argue he's better than him, like, for the totality in like the last couple of seasons. And I think SGA is better than Kyrie Irving this year.
SGA is a two guard.
He's a point guard. He's a point guard.
two. But you know what I'm saying though? He plays point, but he's like a combo guard, bro. He's not there.
Bro, then so is Steph Curry. So what are we doing?
Dude, but hold on.
And so is Kyrie for that matter.
Look at SJ like a point guard. I look at SJ as like a real two guard, bro. Like I look at him like a real two guard. I do not.
I feel you, J-Rob. I look at him like a two guard too.
I look at SJ like a legitimate. When we talk about SJ, I put him in the category of like we talk about Booker, Jaylen Brown, and them boys. Donovan Mitchell.
Me too.
I don't look at SJ that way.
But he facilitates the offense, does he not?
But I don't disagree. But they got other guys who facilitate the offense too. You watching Josh Giddey out there, like I just personally don't feel like he's really.
But that's besides the point. I think Kyrie's better than both of them though. Like I think that
he's been six. He's been six for me, and this is going to be a little bit of a hot take, but I think De'Aaron Fox has been better than Kyrie Irving this year.
Oh, look at Bob! Look at Bobby! Bobby!
Wait, Joel, can I ask you a question?
He's spitting.
Wait, Joel, can I ask you a question? You think? So let me ask you this: who you think is better, Paul George or Kyrie Irving? Player.
I like Paul George
over Kyrie.
Yeah, just because he can defend better. I definitely like Kyrie in more high pressure situations, though.
All right, so this is my thing. If you would have paired Kyrie Irving, because my question would be, if you pair Kyrie Irving with a Paul George as his complement, he couldn't be a best player on the champion. That team with a supporting cast couldn't potentially compete for a chip.
No, because he has Kawhi Leonard and they can't compete for a chip. So what are we doing?
That's funny.
Kawhi Leonard hasn't been available though, bro.
Bing bong.
Kawhi Leonard hasn't been available.
Kawhi Leonard has never been available.
Oh, that's
well. I think
that's false, JD. That's false.
Possibly, if the supporting cast is good, but Paul George with Russell Westbrook was getting bounced out in the first round.
Well, that's because they were playing Joe.
Let me ask you this. How many by your criteria, how many superstars are in the league? Because by your definition, Joel Embiid, there's so many things we have to talk about. Let's stay on topic, fellas. What's it called? By your logic, I don't think Embiid will be a superstar. I think Jokic probably wouldn't be a superstar as well. So how many superstars are there in the league?
Wait, Embiid would be a superstar. Go ahead, Joel.
Although Jokic and Embiid have not won championships, I think they can be the best championship. They can be the best player on the championship team. Like, for example, James Harden never won a championship when he was a superstar, but he could have been the best player on a team that won. He just ran into Golden State. Jokic, this is the first year Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. are healthy. I have the Nuggets coming out the West this year. I think they're going to come out the West. And Joel Embiid, I mean, he was dealing with Ben Simmons, and Ben Simmons was just no threat offensively. This year they have a better chance, but there are still things about Philly that you worry about, like James Harden in the playoffs, these little injuries. Embiid gets in the playoffs, but I think Embiid, if you have the right team around him, can win a championship.
Why can't that same logic apply to Kyrie Irving, though? I think if you have the right pieces around him, I think he could be the best player on the championship team, too.
It would have to be like overwhelmingly dominant pieces. Like, for example, J-Rob mentioned, let's throw a player that's like on the same level of Kyrie and Paul George, and they can possibly win a championship. But even then, Kyrie and Paul George, between them, there's no serious gap between who's the better player. Like, any of those two can be the better player on any given night.
Nah, but how many superstars are there in the league?
I would say like 10 to 12. I think Luka's a superstar, Steph Curry, Giannis, Jokic, Jason Tatum can be the best player on the championship team. Anthony Davis, he was like 1B basically when the Lakers won it. I know I'm missing some names, but there's more.
This is what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of moving pieces that goes into winning a title, and I think if you do get put in the right scenario, the whole narratives of Kyrie Irving would change. I mean, let's not forget the Boston Celtics in 2018. He was leading that team, and we all thought that team was going to make it to the finals and contend with the Warriors. That's what happened. Next year, we all know what happened. They went to bed the season after. But this is things that he's shown us throughout his career. He's never had a supporting cast that was benefiting to him and his play style ever since the LeBron James and that Boston Celtics series. He was on the Cleveland Cavaliers that was trash. He got put with Kevin Durant. He got put with Kevin Durant and the Brooklyn Nets. He played a season without him. Then KD got there. They didn't even play a full postseason together besides last season. And this season is like, now we about to get a better gauge of how this duo is going to fare. My whole point is to say that he can't be a championship person on a team where he wasn't even on a team that was capable
What
of
happened?
competing
What
for
happened
chips
last year, Doug?
is ridiculous. They lost.
What has Kyrie Irving done in the playoffs since 2016, since the finals?
Weren't they up 2-1 against the Milwaukee Bucks before he got hurt?
He got hurt, yeah. But this past season, game 1 was his only great game against the Celtics. He had a stinker in game 2, 3, and 4. A big reason why they lost those games, and those games were close. If he plays better and plays like a superstar, the series could go to 6 or 7. You look at his last year with Boston, they faced Milwaukee in the second round. He had a stinker. He was horrible. The Celtics the year before, when he got hurt before the playoffs, Tatum led them to the Eastern Conference Finals. He wasn't a part of that situation. Kyrie Irving has not done anything meaningful in the playoffs since the 2016 finals. And I understand that's a great all-time moment, but in 2017, they had a great roster. It was clear he wasn't bought in. Like, there are other reasons why Kyrie's not a superstar, other than, I don't think he can be the best player on the championship team, but you talk about just availability, being able to be reliable. Kyrie Irving's just not that.
So there we go. I'm glad you said availability, because then by that logic, Joel Embiid can't be classified as a superstar. Anthony Davis can't be classified as a superstar. Kawhi Leonard potentially could be a guy
Anthony Davis and Kawhi already did it.
No.
Anthony
Davis was not the best player on the champion.
Anthony
Davis was not the best player on the champion, Bobby. Don't do that.
And that's
one
too.
That team was LeBron.
You're talking about
Kawhi
Kyrie Irving. This is why I say people are nasty when they talk about Kyrie Irving, because the whole totality of his career, they just picked two series in the whole totality of his career. There's only 2 postseasons where I can sit here and say, yeah, he wet the bed. Out of his whole totality career, 2 postseasons. I could literally handpick two postseasons where LeBron wet the bed, Michael Jordan wet the bed, where Steph wet the bed, where a lot of these guys who are superstar caliber people, top 10, top 15 guys who wet the bed. So to sit here and say Kyrie Irving off of 2 postseasons, he can't be a superstar caliber guy because of 2 postseason series, I'm not with it at all.
He has one great moment, though. Kawhi Leonard has multiple great moments in playoffs. 2019 Raptors, he was a missing piece for that championship squad. He was the best player on a championship team. Before he went out in 2021 NBA playoffs, he was putting up Shaq-like efficiency from mid-range. He was averaging 30 on the Mavericks. And if he doesn't get hurt, the Clippers could have went to the finals that year and possibly beat the Bucks. That team took the Suns to 7 without Kawhi.
I'll give you Kawhi then. What about Joel Embiid? What about Anthony Davis? What about all these other guys?
Hold on, Dub. I will throw Joel Embiid a bone, because he was a doom away from going to a finals, bro. You know what I'm saying? He was a Kawhi Leonard shot away.
He played bad, but he played bad in that series, though. He did play bad in that series. He played like a superstar. They wouldn't have been in that position to sit here and have that moment happen to him. And the whole totality of Joel's career has been him getting hurt or him underperforming. And we talk about availability and that.
I can't get on board with
Joel Embiid, I think it's a fair point, but I also think that Joel Embiid right now, what he's doing, which is his prime, is better than anything Kyrie has done in his prime in his season. And I think Embiid he finished top 2 in MVP voting in the last 2 years. He could win MVP this year. He'll definitely finish top 3. He's been a top 3 MVP candidate for the last 3 years. Kyrie Irving was never a top 3 MVP candidate anywhere. That was never the case. And the rosters that Philly built around Embiid, you tried the Ben Simmons experiment. It didn't work. The Jimmy Butler team was great, but you only ran it for 1 year, and they decided to pay Tobias Harris instead of Jimmy Butler. And now this is Joel Embiid's first team that I'm like, okay, they can go deep in the playoffs. I haven't felt that way about another Sixers team outside of the Jimmy Butler one.
So if you want to say that Embiid is better than Kyrie, I'm with you. But to classify him as a superstar, and your criteria was being a 1 on the championship team, your availability, also showing out in the postseason, Joel Embiid is a guy that doesn't fit that mold. So you want to say he's better, that's fine. But fitting the mold of a superstar by your criteria, Joel Embiid does not fit that. He underperformed in the postseason a lot of times. He gets hurt in the postseason as well. He does have the MVP caliber seasons, but come on now. This is regular season awards. You talking about winning a championship. So obviously you value the playoffs and what happens on the road to win a finals. So by that criteria, Joel Embiid cannot be a superstar in your eyes.
Joel Embiid has been a top 7 player for the last 3 years. And in terms of the MVP voting, he's finished top 3. Kyrie Irving has never been that high. He's never been like Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid has not won a championship, but I don't think that he can't. Like, I think he could be the best player on a championship team. Like, he's that good. I don't look at Kyrie and say that he can be that. And you mentioned Anthony Davis. The year the Lakers won, it was really a two-man show. I mean, the supporting cast was all right, but Anthony Davis, he averaged 29, 10, elite two-way defense. I felt like after that season, LeBron and AD were the best two players in the world. If you're a top 5 player in the world, you can be the best player on a championship team. When's the last time Kyrie Irving has been a top 5 player in the world? Has he ever been a top 5 player in the world?
Well, that's why I said for Embiid.
I don't know, but to me, talent-wise, he's as good as it gets, bro. I don't think there's a player in the NBA that's stopping Kyrie from getting whatever he wants on a basketball court on the offensive end. And the only reason I feel like we say so many guys are better than Kyrie Irving is because Kyrie Irving is 6'2" tall. Because if Kyrie Irving was a 6'7" guard doing what he was doing, the way we would talk about Kyrie Irving would be ridiculous. And I hate
that's not true because we talk about Steph Curry like he's Jesus.
Because he's a god level scorer and he has 4 championship rings, bro. It's way different. And he also played with
he should have ate his vegetables. That's his problem.
The teams that it's not the same, bro. That was also a totality of what he played with, the Warriors backing, all of that. Kyrie Irving, on the other hand, has not been that. And Kyrie Irving is a solo act, unfortunately. Like you brought up like MVP voting. Joel, let's be real. Kyrie Irving is never going to be on any voting for any MVPs, no matter how well he does in the NBA, because it is a media-driven award, one, and he has not been very friendly to media at any point in his career to what they believe is deemed his standard. So I don't think that really matters, bro.
That's fact. Kyrie's been playing bananas now, and
I think Kyrie is
covering that.
I don't think in no way Kyrie Irving is a 2. Like if Kyrie Irving is paired up with any other superstar in the NBA, because of what his game is, it's a 1B, 1A situation. Because that's what Kyrie is, bro. Like, I just think he's an absolute dog. I think you give Kyrie a Jaylen Brown, that is a contender, bro, in the East.
He had Jaylen Brown and Tatum.
They were kids, bro.
He left them,
bro. They were kids, bro.
He left.
They were kids.
And they're better without him. They're better without him.
He decided to leave. He said he was going to resign and then said, no, I'm not. I'm going to Brooklyn. He could have stayed.
That's elite. Taking the phone call.
He took a phone call and an argument.
I hear you though, Joe, but he should have stuck. He should have stuck.
Even if it wasn't media driven, though, the MVP voting, I don't think production wise, like let's take media out of it. Production wise, Kyrie has not been a top 5 MVP candidate in the last 6 years.
I agree.
But that hasn't been that wasn't your criteria from the start. Your criteria from the start is being the one on the championship team, your ability to be available as well. And you talk about Anthony Davis being with LeBron James in 2020, Kyrie Irving alongside with LeBron James in 2016, the dude was playing phenomenal as well. Let's not forget the dude had 40-point games along with LeBron James to sit here and put them on the level to come back from 3-1. Anthony Davis played well too, but LeBron James was the best player in that time. LeBron James was the best player. I don't think Anthony Davis was the second best player in the league. You could say he was top 5 for sure, but Kyrie Irving was a top 10 player in 2016 as well. So the bar is not that far off from each other. And then we're talking about MVP voting this and MVP voting that and how high of a level that you're playing. That wasn't your criteria, which is why I said, if you want to say Joel Embiid is better than him, I could get you with that. But a superstar level caliber of player, according to your criteria of availability, postseason success, being a one in the championship team, Joel Embiid has not shown that at all. Anthony Davis, the only time Anthony Davis shown that was when he was paired up next to the greatest player of all time. Yeah, the greatest player of all time, LeBron James, right next to him. That's the only time he's ever shown that. And other than that, he hasn't had postseason success. Other than that, he's been getting hurt in a year out basis. So AD can't be a superstar either.
Joel.
Yeah, you go. Here you go.
Saying Joel Embiid and Anthony Davis aren't superstars isn't going to make Kyrie a superstar, Doug. Like we get.
I'm not trying to make him a superstar.
But all right, so okay. So
I just want consistency.
If you say Joel not a superstar, AD's not a superstar, okay, that's fine. But Kyrie's still not a superstar, bro. He's not a number 1 on the championship team. He's just he's his talent, like J-Rob said, is undeniable, but there's something that he just don't got. Maybe it is the fact that he's 6'1". I don't know. But like, but us downgrading Joel and AD is not going to upgrade.
It's not about that, Bobby. It's about keeping the same energy.
That's what it's
everybody.
been about for the past 15 minutes.
It's about keeping the same energy.
You
everybody.
You got stuck on him calling Embiid
Bob,
a superstar.
Bob, hold up, Bob. This is the criteria that I was told. This is the criteria that we need to hold. And that's the criteria that he's
Joel and AD?
Yes. That's not me. That's not me. That's not me.
We get it. Joel's not a superstar, but Kyrie's still not a superstar. That doesn't help Kyrie.
But there needs to be a level of consistency. If there's not a level of consistency, then what are we doing?
So let's take away Kyrie's time with LeBron. Let's take away AD's time with LeBron. Who had more success as the main guy? AD was better with the Pelicans than Kyrie was better than Kyrie has been when he was with the Cavs without LeBron, the Celtics without LeBron, and the Nets currently without LeBron. AD, they literally swept a Blazers team that was the 3rd seed, and AD averaged 29, 30 in that playoff run. And AD was that top tier guy. And we look at Nikola Jokic. Okay, he has not made the finals, but 2 years in a row without his 2 best players, he has carry them to the playoffs. Like, he is capable of that. He's done that. That's why Jokic is a superstar, although he doesn't have the playoff success. You look at Joel Embiid. Guys have been injured this year. He's been taking a load. He's been carrying that load. Kyrie Irving, I just feel like, what team can you really build around him? Like, if I were to switch Kyrie and Joel Embiid right now on the Nets, I feel way better about the Nets winning a championship than with Kyrie. Like, Joel Embiid is if it's Joel Embiid and KD, that's unstoppable. I feel like that is not fair.
How much is that in part due to the construction of the Brooklyn Nets and them not having a great 5-man at the spot? How much is that more towards fit other than them as basketball players?
I wanna give a lot of respect to Claxton because he's been a DPOY candidate this year. Claxton is not this bum center. I feel 100%. Confident because Embiid is that much of a better player than Kyrie. Like, Kyrie's a top 25 player. Joel Embiid is a top 5 player this season. Joel Embiid has been statistically the best player in the Eastern Conference this year.
Let me ask you this. Which team would you think is better on the Miami Heat? Kyrie Irving or Joel Embiid? Which one do you think the team would be better or benefit the most from? Kyrie Irving or Joel Embiid?
Joel Embiid.
On Miami?
Yes, Joel Embiid.
No, we would not. And it's all because of fit. Because of the fit, we will have Bam Adebayo there. There's not a lot of spacing with Joel Embiid, and Joel Embiid needs that as well.
You would not have Bam Adebayo if Joel Embiid was
exactly my point. So if Kyrie Irving is there, the team will be better because now we have the scoring which we need, who can play on the perimeter, create for a lot of guys. Him being a better fit on the team would put Miami in a better position than with Joel Embiid. Like I said before, what you're talking about is the fit of Joel Embiid there. And that's why, and trying to use that to prove your point. And I could just sit here and handpick the Miami Heat and say Miami will be better with Kyrie Irving because of what he brings to the game, so he's better than Joel Embiid. But I don't want to do that.
You as a scorer, but you said that Kyrie fills the scoring gap the Heat need, but Embiid's a better scorer than Kyrie. He's leading the NBA in scoring right now. He's the better scorer.
So you think Joel will be a better fit on that Miami Heat team than Kyrie Irving?
Bam Adebayo can switch 1 through 5. He can guard anybody, so I'm not worried about him defensively. Joel Embiid is a top 10 defender in the league. If the front court wasn't so stacked, he is legitimately a DPOY candidate. Jimmy Butler, I'm more than comfortable in him being a playmaker. Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, Joel Embiid, Bam Adebayo, I'm very confident in that team. If we need to make some moves, we need to make some moves, but I'd rather have Embiid on my team and figure it out than having Kyrie on my team.
All right,
Miami. I'm not gonna lie. Miami will benefit way more from Kyrie Irving. Bro.
Somebody in the chat called you Doug, and I can't stop thinking about it. Now I want to call you Doug. Nando with the super chat. Jordan is the candle that burned brighter but shorter. LeBron is the candle that burned a little dimmer but longer. No wrong answer, just a preference. Thank you for the super chat, Nando. Moving on to, I want to talk about the NBA refs lately. I'm going to present this tweet because this tweet is absolutely hilarious. They tweeted out a few days ago, like everyone else, referees make mistakes. We made one at the end of last night's game, and that is gut-wrenching for us. This is in regards to the LeBron James to the rack getting fouled, if you want to put air quotes around it, from Jason Tatum, but he for sure got fouled. This play will weigh heavily and cause sleepless nights as we strive to be the best referees we can. Bro, why'd they put something out so serious about something so not serious? They're going to have sleepless nights?
They're just playing. They're just playing, bro.
It is that serious to some people. There are some diehard Laker fans that ruined their week. You know what I'm saying?
How is that not serious, JD? How is that not serious?
No, causing sleepless
That call literally caused a game. That was a record on somebody's board, bro.
No, for sure, but sleepless nights? Come on.
Yeah, sleepless nights, bro.
Bro, they know what they're doing out there.
Bro,
they saw that.
I'm putting a doggy bag with dog doodle in it, bro, and I'm burning on your front porch, bro.
But here's the thing. They saw the foul. They just thought that LeBron was too strong and he could finish it, so they're not calling it.
I don't understand that because how does that logic work when Joel Embiid gets 18 free throws a game?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Well, it's also the situation.
I know you're not saying. I'm asking you, bro. Like, I don't get how there's a discrepancy, bro.
Can we also talk about LeBron James using up all of his mental energy he had left on that tantrum he threw?
Oh my god!
The tantrum was elite.
He threw the corny shit I be talking about because
J-Rob, it was a foul. They should have called the foul.
So there's clips of Jordan and Kobe throwing tantrums, bro.
I'm not saying that they did it. I'm just
leave my son alone. But my dog got clearly fouled. He got
we can talk about everybody's tantrums, but that was epic out of Brown.
That was epic.
That tantrum was wild.
What's that movie, Doug? What's that movie with Chris Brown and Old Boy? That was dancing.
Oh, Stomp the Yard. Stomp the Yard.
It looked like he was in Stomp the Yard.
Yo, what's wrong with him? Why would he do that? Why would he do that?
He wouldn't have reacted like that.
Crazy tantrum. And he after that dance, they could have won the game, J-Rob. But after that tantrum, he was emotionally drained. He had nothing left in the bag.
Bro, that's bogus call, bro.
It was a bogus call, no doubt.
Non-call.
And you know what made it worse?
Don't review it. There's no looking at call over. Come on, man.
They ruined that tip duck from Pat Bev. They ruined it because that means nothing now.
Bro, I mean,
I wonder if he got drug tested after that.
For sure.
That temper tantrum he did. I'm not gonna lie, J-Rob. There's no way you could defend that.
The temper tantrum.
The temper tantrum is great. Where the tantrum?
LeBron sexual was coming out.
J-Rob, that was.
I knew that was coming.
I'm not gonna lie, J-Rob. That was weird. That was really weird, bro.
How was that weird? How did you want him to react? Now, if he was, this is the thing that blows mine. Now, if he would have went out and started cursing the refs out and wilding the refs,
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
That would not be. I would have said
curse him out. Curse the ref out. What the fuck he do? What he do?
He should have talked about shit.
Get it done. Get it done.
Bro, y'all lucky.
No, it was way more than that. He was on his knees, jumping around.
Yeah, bro. When he fell to his knees was crazy.
Like, what happened, bro?
He looked like Adam Morrison when he lost at March Madness.
You could just.
He looked like that dude from the Best Man Holiday, bro, when he lost his wife.
Bro. This is the thing. You know what type of tantrum that was? He had one tantrum. You know when your parent do something to you, you go back to your room and you walk out the door. You can't see what you're doing. That's what LeBron had. He couldn't really control how angry he was, but he couldn't hit nobody.
So he's acting like a 5-year-old.
So he just was trying to
exactly. He lost it. He lost it. He didn't have nothing. But look, J-Rob, he should have just been like, oh fuck, talk some shit because that was clearly a foul. But he should have composed himself, got himself together, went on there and thought about how he about to murder. He's like, I'm about to kill him. I'm killing everybody.
I brought this up because I wanted to talk about just the refs in general this season. It's just seemed like, and maybe I'm off base here, but it just seems like the reffing this year has been off. Like, it just seems like there's been way more calls. Maybe I'm just paying more attention, but it seems like there's been way more bogus calls and way more missed calls than usual.
60% of them against us.
I don't know if they're like trying to compensate or something. I have no idea what it is.
I just think it's like Nah, I'm not gonna lie. It's just a cycle of the NBA and even NFL. Like you're gonna have years where the refs are just on one, and then years where they're fine. Like it is what it is. This is just one of those years. So there's not really too much to think about. It happens.
Specifically for the Lakers, too. They've been having a tough go with the refs. I was watching the Lakers Mavericks game. What was that? 2 or 3 weeks ago now, and the fourth quarter, there was quite literally 3 or 4 possessions in a row where they just weren't calling anything, and they were getting hammered going to the rack. So I don't know if it's the Lakers. I don't know if it's just the refs in general, but Louis says NBA script. Just
NBA
poor
script.
reffing year.
I think Ticket said they're trying to work LeBron James
is
out of the league.
bogus, bro.
I think that's what he said, which is weird. That's
a terrible take.
That's terrible.
I feel like I hate the rule that if you win a challenge that you can't challenge again. Like if you lose it, I understand.
Terrible.
But if you challenge a play and you win it, it's the ref's fault. So why can't you challenge again in the game? It just makes no sense.
Yeah.
But I don't know why they didn't. I don't know why they don't adopt a rule like football. The last 2 minutes, everything could be reviewable by the ref. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God, no.
No,
The last 30 seconds. Probably the last 30 seconds.
Okay, maybe the last 1 minute of the game, the last minute.
That's
but if
fine.
if there is a call like that where somebody's going to the rim, the fact that we that should have been an automatic review, bro. At the end,
Everybody saw it.
Everybody's seen it, bro. That you have to review that, bro.
2 things. One, I think they should get rid of challenges. Challenges in the NBA is stupid to me. 2, somebody said, challenges is so ridiculous. They just should be just reviewed.
See, maybe because I love football, maybe I think the challenge is great because I
just
think
automatically reviewed.
No, you can call it challenge. You can challenge the play. Like, nah, that's not what happened. And they look at it. And
I hate it. The other thing was somebody, I forget who it was, and it was either a player or a former NBA player who said the way that they feel like they could fix this issue is the people in wherever they review the games from, and they're in the ref's ear,
Caucus, New Jersey,
saying that this was actually a foul or this actually wasn't a foul or whatever. I have an issue with that because now the people their faces aren't on the television making these calls, they can start making crazy calls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like overturning stuff or calling things. And then they're not going to be held accountable because you have no idea who it is. So I hate that. But
no call challenges.
I personally think you should start making refs go do press conferences.
Bro, I would love that.
I think they do that. Don't they do that already?
After that game last against the Celtics, those refs should all been told to sit their ass in front of the entire media and explain what they missed. Because I promise you, start making refs have to go look at their calls. And I understand the human element. Don't get me wrong. But, bro, you're standing right under the basket, yo. There's no way you miss it. So you saw it and you tucked your whistle.
Yeah, for sure.
Just make them boys start going to sit down and speak to the media.
You don't think that they're doing that, though?
They do, but they don't speak to it. I'm talking about where you can watch the post-game presser after the game and is live on TV.
Pressing them.
They have to address the nation. Not the scrum where nobody's around and you just get a quote for an article. I want you to sit and you feel me? Not
only that,
you want to get put on. You want them to get put on.
I want them to do what they've been doing to Russell Westbrook for the last 2 years.
Hey, not only that, but each team gets one player question. Each team gets.
That's a good one.
LeBron James asking.
LeBron James
one player from each team gets a chance to come and ask one question.
That's actually
they need to let that happen too.
I agree, bro.
I feel like the refs don't get paid enough to go through those press conferences. You got to pay them way more to do that type of stuff.
Bro, they get paid great.
I'm looking it up right now.
I'm pretty sure top refs are making two something.
Hey, as long as it's six figures, that's enough to answer a couple questions.
Yeah, for sure. If your bank account's got six figures or your check is six figures,
how much did it make?
They make to start $150K.
Oh yeah, answer some questions.
Sit your ass down in front of the mic.
But your ceiling though, Dub. So Scott Forster, we're gonna say one of the top guys. Scott Forster,
probably three.
550,000, bro. Joel, sit your ass down.
Sit your ass down. Yeah.
500, half a million? Nah,
for sure.
I get 500K.
Nah, you need 10 mics in your face.
Wild.
Like there's so many people that are part of the production of an NBA game. It just doesn't seem logical how they can't have somebody dedicated to having somebody there to make sure the calls are correct, especially in the end of the game. Like I feel like that matters a lot.
Yeah.
No, I agree. That shit was crazy.
Extra 500.
Now let's go to call as you can get, bro.
That's wild.
So you really want them to be on trial for these calls, bro?
Hell yeah, they deserve it.
For sure, bro.
No, only when it's like controversial, Dub. Like if like clearly like some games they could go home. But
J-Rod, you got to do it every game. That way they'll be more comfortable. Because if they have to do it only when they feel like they fucked up, because sometimes they might feel like they'll feel like, yo, I made the right call. Everybody else might feel a different way. Yeah, so they have to do it every time. Game.
Yeah, Dub, they gotta do it every time. Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm not budging on it. They gotta talk to the media every week, bro.
Hey, what would the questions be like on a game where there's no controversial call? Like, what would that look like?
They just have to show up, and whoever wants to ask a question can.
Hey, Scott, you look good out there tonight. It looks like your energy was up, and in that third quarter at the 4-minute mark, I saw that you called.
But they're a part of the game, whether we like it or not. And we all know some refs that want to be more part of the game than they are. We all know those refs. But either way we spin it, they are a part of the game. So it's like if you ask the coach, you ask the players, the refs are the only people that make a huge impact on the game as well. So it's kind of like, why aren't you guys getting asked a couple questions? Like you have to have some type of basketball IQ to be able to ref. I'll ref. It's hard to ref.
They'll start getting those ESPN stats at the pressers of like, hey, you've blown 150 whistles this season.
Bro, you know what else that'll do, JD? That'll get them more money. That'll get them more money. That'll get some endorsement deals and all that.
Yeah, they start getting commercials, making calls.
How did Kevin Durant crip walk on the out of bounds so blatantly to save a pass and nobody, we're gonna act like that would just never happen, bro. Like
the entire Warriors Rockets rivalry was filled with a bunch of bad reffing.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yo, where is this? Do y'all know what
moving screens all day?
Bro, there's this TikTok. His name, he's like a snitch ref, bro. Like
Devin Lab, bro.
Yeah.
Devin Lab, bro. He is hilarious.
Hilarious.
He be snitching the NBA. We need him press conferences,
bro. We need him to ref the All-Star game. I'm not even kidding, bro. You need to start doing stuff like that. Like that would make the All-Star game so funny. And he doesn't even have to be there like the whole time, but just for like entertainment value, he just refs like a quarter or something. That would be mad.
And they gotta
funny.
put him in with like a badge though, like as like a cop / ref, like with a badge.
Bro, that would
I'm not gonna lie though. Like the NBA ain't gonna be. They're not gonna be paying money to be doing no shit like that though. We just gotta be.
Bro, that shit is so funny.
It would be funny, bro, but it's like the NBA gonna look at that like, why would I dedicate time to this? Like, who cares?
It'll help I think the players will go for that. The players will be like, oh, we need to hold them accountable for this. I think
NBA would never sign off on that, bro. NBA would never sign off.
Of course not, because they need the refs on their side.
I just want to start seeing some of these refs FanDuel accounts, bro. That's it.
That's fine. Wait, I thought it's illegal. I thought it was illegal for them to gamble. Or is it just?
Yeah, it is.
Of course it is. They don't use apps, J-Rob. They don't use apps, J-Rob. They got bookies.
Trying to find out what a bookie is, bro.
Yeah, the bookie is dangerous. This is a dangerous path.
Oh my God. Let's see. Leaf Diggy. I think the Lakers and the NBA are gonna do to LeBron what baseball did to Barry Bonds when he broke the home run record. # follow the pattern.
Oh, is he talking about LeBron using drugs?
Come on, don't even start all that.
No, I'm not going to start on that wave, even though I do believe it. But
it's Black History Month. Don't even start.
yeah, you know what, LeBron James. My bad,
Segue.
LeBron James, one of the most iconic black men in the human history, bro.
Don't even start that nonsense. It's February 1, dog. Don't even start.
Matter of fact, hey JD, you got a question for the viewers?
Leaf Diggy said that no call proves NBA can make/break you. #WWE sheet. Oh man, Gabe with the super chat. I can tell Joel doesn't watch Miami. Kai would be so much better on the Heat. All right. Well,
That may be a fact, but that was a crazy goalpost move by you, Doug.
You got Kyle Lowry right now. You need a point guard. He's
Kyle Lowry's
washed.
so bad. Oh my god, bro. I'm a Heat fan, bro. So it's like, oh my god, I hate watching our offense. I hate watching.
Gabe Vincent is better.
Bad. Gabe Vincent is better, bro. Strus is nice. Kyle Lowry, he's regressing. I expected this though. The dude's 30. What is he? 35 right now? 36.
36, I believe. Yeah.
36. Yeah, he's like 36 right now. So I knew this was gonna happen sooner or later. I was just waiting for the season, and it's the season right now.
Yeah, it was always a short-sighted move by the Heat.
Yeah, last season was really in my opinion, was like our really good championship window. But with Hero being hurt and Bam Adebayo forgetting how to play basketball, that window's closing very fast. So we got to see what moves they can make. Sad, so sad.
I wanted to make some predictions for LeBron because he's less than 100 points away from breaking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's points record.
I gotta say something.
Go ahead.
I actually just said it when I was talking about AD playing with the greatest basketball player of all time. I've come to what's that word called? I forget what's the word called.
Conclusion.
That Crunch said.
What
did Crunch say? What did Crunch say? Oh my God.
Epiphany.
I had an epiphany recently. I said this on my show last night. J-Rob, you might have missed it. Yeah, LeBron's the greatest. LeBron got to be the greatest basketball player of all time.
Oh, I was there when you said that.
Yeah, bro, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous on how long he's been playing on this high of a level for damn near 20 years now of being a top 10 player in the league. It's like how can you can't deny this? Like you can't deny it any longer. Peak wise, I can see the argument for MJ, but we're talking about the whole totality of everything. It's like, yo, LeBron, like he's on 20 years of doing this, bro. This is crazy. Like when will we ever see this again? I don't think we will ever see this again. Like this is the craziest thing I've ever seen, bro. This is really like Tom Brady shit. So that's all I gotta say, bro. He probably He's the greatest, bro. He's the greatest.
It's gonna be difficult, that's for sure. Okay, so first of all, LeBron also just passed Steve Nash to become fourth all-time assist leader, which is insane too. To break the scoring record and be fourth all-time in assists is nuts. But I wanted to put some predictions down for the type of shot that LeBron's going to break the record with. Is it going to be a dunk, a three-pointer, a free throw?
Got to be a sky hook.
Please be a sky hook.
Better be a sky hook.
Nuts. Because you know Kareem been hating on Bron for a good minute, bro. Big hater work. I want him to do a sky hook. Like to me, that's the ultimate like aha.
Bro,
I feel like that's showing love, really.
Well, no, I think it's not showing love. It's like kind of clowning him. Like
I think it's gonna be a 3.
I think it's gonna be a
fadeaway
monster
the side step 3 he does.
A monster dunk.
He's putting someone on a poster for the record. It's gonna be a poster dunk for the record.
A lay FU3.
Yeah,
the look.
Yeah, wow.
The lay FU3.
That's facts. Doug, what's he gonna do?
I think he might do a fadeaway. He might do a fadeaway or free throw. I think I'll lean more towards that. LeBron though, I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm big on like if you have a rival, showing them up. So like I'm all for LeBron trying to show up Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'm not
do the sky hook, bro.
Do the sky hook.
Would be elite.
Do the sky hook. Air him down. Be like. Maybe do like a bitch on top of that. Like I'm with that. I would like that, but I don't want him fucking stomping on the fucking ground or like slapping the floor or anything like that, like he did the other day. That's so weird. Like that's so weird.
I would really love him him dunk on somebody something stupid.
You know what? I actually want to put these
LA
in
Slam.
here to
LA
track.
Slam Jam, bro.
LeBron.
What if he be like Wilt and
scoring
does a hook from the
record
3?
Shot.
He
That
does
would
a
be
hook from the
done.
3?
Yeah!
Wait, so
That would be crazy.
Go
That
off
would
the
be crazy.
stand, hook that joint from the top. Yo,
Uh-huh. Yeah, bitch.
wait, Dub,
Hit him
what?
with
So
that.
are you actually saying you think it's gonna be a skyhook?
No.
From the 3-point line.
I got a fadeaway or a free throw. I think it will be like that. Fadeaway or a free
Fadeaway 2?
Fadeaway
really
2
hope
or
it's not
just a free throw.
Free throw
Well,
would be unfair.
pick one.
That's my top 2. My 1 is fadeaway. My 2 is free throw.
All right, so it's fadeaway 2. This guy, I think it's gonna be either a fadeaway, a free throw, a dunk, layup, or
Why does the guy keep asking if I'm a Sixers fan?
J-Rob. What do you think it's gonna be?
I think it's gonna be a late fuck you 3.
3
You
ball.
gotta make sure you put the late F you, because I mean he's gonna look at the ball then shoot it.
Yep. Bob.
Skyhook.
Yeah, if he does it with a skyhook, that's gonna break the internet. That's gonna be so fire.
That's gonna be so crazy, bro.
Y'all don't forget who told y'all too.
This could be so fire.
Uh-oh.
Joel, I know you were on a time constraint. Did you have to go?
No, I can stay on the show.
All right, bet, because I was gonna ask you for your top 10. So now that we know you're gonna stay, just keep in mind that top 10's coming before you leave.
The top 10 players of all time.
Yeah, before you go. That's how we
Don't be
close it
nasty,
out.
man. You was being nasty with Kyrie, bro. Don't
I'll
be
start
nasty.
cultivating my list right now.
Hey,
Before you
J-Rob.
leave, Joe, you know you gotta get me on your your personal show to talk about these Jets one time, because you said some things, bro, that I have not appreciated, bro. And we need
You gotta
to-
have me and J-Rob there.
we
both
gotta
in Jersey.
dive in on that, bro. I'm a diehard, bro. My grandfather was drafted by the Jets. I was born in, bro. I'm true to this.
Who is your grandfather?
His name is John Bradford, bro. Played back in the 70s.
Yeah,
J-Rob and J. Brad.
I don't go that far back. But what did you have an issue with? Zach Wilson?
Derek Carr. Well, Zach
Derek
Wilson,
Carr.
you were bugging about Zach Wilson. You even bought the jersey. You tripped. But when you was talking about who was going to get next, and you did that video about Derek Carr, I'm like, Joel, don't start this madness, bro.
No, I'm
Don't
going with
start
Aaron
with
Rodgers right now. Aaron Rodgers is the
Yeah, I
guy.
think it'll be Aaron Rodgers, but it's the guy too.
But if it's not Rodgers, then I would love Carr though.
No, you would not, bro. You would not love Carr. You would
Derek
not
Carr's-
love Carr. We got to deep dive that, bro. When everyone talking
The
about
only thing I have faith
This
in with
is
Derek
crazy,
Carr,
bro.
the only thing I have faith in with Derek Carr is that he's a God-loving man, and that's the only reason I would have some faith in him. But other than that, because God can work miracles. God can work miracles, and it would take a miracle to come back from the season.
It would be real crazy. He went to that ministry in Las Vegas, preached that word to that people, then come to the Jets and stink it up.
His
For another
season wasn't even that bad though. Like Derek
He's a
Carr
bum, though.
was
He's a
24
bum.
touchdowns,
Man,
14
he's a
interceptions.
bum.
His season literally would be a top 5 Jet quarterback season of all time.
That's
That's
not
not saying
good
much. That's not
competition.
saying
That's
much,
not
Joel.
good
Like,
competition.
Joel, that's
Yeah.
my point. That ain't saying
The
enough.
Jets
for
are
us,
really
bro.
that poverty?
And Jets, this is why I say you've been in poverty too
I haven't been
long.
watching
You
football
sound
for
like
a minute.
somebody impoverished, bro. You was just like 24 and 14. I
That's
mean,
like me saying, yo.
When will we-
That's like,
when will we
no,
ever
J-Rob,
get
that's
that?
like me saying.
Well, that's my point. You gotta have faith. This is what my thing about the Jets and the Knicks. I'm not thinking in poverty, bro. I'm thinking about what the other guys are doing, and hopefully, maybe that rubs off and happens to us one day. But I'm keeping that faith.
Yo,
But I don't
J-Rob,
know.
that's like me looking at a 6. That's like me looking at like a 6 or a 5. And I'm like, you know what?
Oh my
I've
god.
been getting threes
the most,
forever, so-
the most I had was a 7. So you know what? This is
ain't-
top tier. You feel
Right,
me?
like,
Like,
bro.
what are we doing?
Joel, we gotta be better, bro. Like,
Get top
got-
5 though.
You gotta get a 10.
It's a top 3
Strive for the
quarterback
10,
season
man.
ever.
like,
Yeah,
bro,
we just
I'd rather
had-
us sign Geno Smith, bro. I'd rather have Geno Smith than Derek Carr, bro.
It's just crazy. Like we just saw Zach Wilson, Sam Darnold, Josh McCown, Fitzpatrick, and we're like complaining about getting Derek Carr. Like
Is
the
that-
same round.
a
It ain't that-
significant upgrade.
He's been having
Is Zach
threes
Wilson
and he's
the
ready
one
for
banging
the 6.
banging in
That's
his mom's
crazy.
friends?
We went from
Allegedly.
4s
That's
and
crazy.
5s. We went from 3s, 4s, and 5s, and now we got our first 6.5.
That's
bro.
like you at work.
I'm
That's
going
like,
all in.
yo, J-Rob, I know when you be at work sometimes and you see that one chick when you started work,
Oh my
and it's like she wasn't good looking when you was working her in the beginning, but then over time being around her long enough, you sit here like, you know what? I might smash. I'm not gonna hold you. That's what it sounds like, bro.
So why
It
do
really
you
would
always
sound
why
like-
are all of your analogies got to do with women.
Listen, Joel. I understand your point. He is the most productive you would ever have at the time, but he is not our guy, brother. He cannot. He's not our guy, bro.
Speaking
Let's
of
just go for Rodgers or Lamar. But
speaking
Lamar's
of
gonna get
NFL,
bad.
Tom Brady's done.
Oh yeah,
Finally.
I know.
Oh, he retired.
He
Yeah.
retired today.
On Twitter today.
He didn't
Twitter
need to.
retirement.
He was still a top 5 quarterback in the league, so he didn't need to do that.
Didn't need
All
to do
right,
what?
let's stay to basketball. We got a good iron tonight.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, we do. I forgot.
the goat. The goat is
The
done.
GOAT retired.
He and the goat retired. I got a bit of Tyler episode. The goat's gone. No more goat.
Bro, you know what's funny is that was a title of an episode last year when he retired.
And it's gonna be
title
title
again.
today.
That's like part 2 or
Part
Right.
2, yeah.
for real this time. For real this time.
For real this time.
Yo, somebody need to keep an eye on Tom Brady though. Somebody need to stick with him and make sure he, stays level headed. He don't got to go home to his wife now, so retirement. You know what I'm saying? This next year or two might go crazy for Tom. Somebody better keep an eye on him.
Bobby's
in
right.
Florida?
Bobby's right.
I think he's working at Fox. Though.
Bobby.
I think he's working at Fox though. So he got Fox.
But Tom Brady
if he takes a year hiatus or something, yeah, somebody better
check in.
Somebody better be on daily check-ins with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
He needs a sponsor already before he even goes to the classes. Somebody. If you're feeling weak, Tom, give me a call.
Nah, that I'm not gonna lie. That made what Tom Brady going through may be worse than what Scottie Pippen's going through right now with Brie Larson.
No,
Scottie ain't going through nothing. That don't got nothing to do with him.
What?
Nah.
Did you see what she did with MJ's son?
Yes, bro.
That don't got
Scotty's
nothing
going
to do
through
with
it
She
way
said-
worse than Tom Brady.
She said, No, he's not. He's not going through it worse. You was with your woman for 20 years. As soon as y'all break up, she goes out with a personal trainer that she was working with for a while. Come
Bro,
on,
but it's not all in your
that
face,
hurts a
and it's
man.
not your teammate's
That hurts a
son, bro.
That hurts a man, though.
This
That
is
hurts.
hitting.
Yo,
different.
20 years
don't-
of you
you
raising
don't
my family, bro. Come on, that hurts a man, bro.
Dub. She don't just turn 45, 50 and turn into a hoe. She been a hoe forever. And he know
Okay.
that.
God
Like,
You
come
talking
on,
about
bro.
Tom
That's
Brady
just-
or
you know-
Mark?
How did we get here,
Mark,
bro?
you talking about
We
Tom
are
Brady or
falling
Mark?
off so
Like,
You talking
hard.
about Tom Brady?
Like,
or
come
Larson?
on.
You talking about Tom
Come on,
Brady? or Larson?
who know Larson? Who know her better than Scotty? Scotty know. He knew what's
Apparently,
up.
Michael
Come on.
Yeah,
Jordan
so
Jr.
it's not gonna hurt him as much as Tom Brady because he ain't no.
Yeah, I'm
he
with
ain't no-
Dub. I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm
you
with
with
you.
me?
Dub.
Yo,
Yeah,
so,
we here. We
so
here.
can I-
We here.
can I
He
say-
don't
can I
matter.
He
say
didn't know
Baby
his girl
Kawhi?
was in the
Shout out to Baby Kawhi Leonard,
wilding like that, bro.
This is PC
Scotty
after
knew his
dark in the
girl was a
morning. This
little-
is crazy.
little dark side.
AKA Rui Hachimura, AKA Baby Kawhi, out there looking like he's gonna be something.
I really like that
Did
pickup.
you just say baby Kawhi? If you don't get the hell out of here with that nonsense, bro.
I said Baby Kawhi.
Rui's nice
baby.
though. Rui's nice though. I
That's
like
Baby
it.
Kawhi.
He is perfect for the Lakers.
Word.
Bro, I'm telling you, the Wizards are
He's a great
throwing.
fit. Yeah, that's a great fit. Rui's looking like a fit. I like it.
You know who's not a great
Wizards
fit?
are silly.
Baby Kawhi.
You know who's not a great fit?
Who?
Who you think I'm gonna say?
God.
Bro, leave Thomas Bryant alone. He's
Hey
a good
man,
fit.
dude got moved to the bench. Didn't even attempt a 3. I don't know. Just saying.
Shout out to my dad, Rui Hachimura, man. Baby
I'm
Kawhi
just
is ready.
saying. I'm just
And then
saying,
we going
bro.
pre-Cam Reddish.
Dub
Off of
knows.
pre-Cam Reddish, we lit.
Dub, you cannot
Dub
possibly
knows.
just
Yo,
wake
we
up in the
actually,
morning
I ain't gonna
and be
lie.
like,
Wait,
yo, I'm
Brady,
hating
Brady,
that.
I'm saying it right here. Just know the Lakers are on Zach LaVine watch. Just so you know.
That would be nuts.
They're on
There's
Zach
no
LaVine watch.
way.
They're on Zach
Who?
LaVine watch. just so
You said the
know.
Lakers?
Mhm.
There's no way.
just watch. They
Isn't
don't.
trade deadline's tomorrow? Bro, if the Mavericks don't do anything, bro, oh my god. This is getting
Trade
I
deadline
actually
tomorrow?
like your team. I think once you get what's his name back? Oh my God, what's
Nah,
the
it's
power
not
forward?
tomorrow. It's next week. Next Thursday.
Kleba.
February 9th.
Cleveland.
February
Once you
9th.
get Cleveland back, I like your team a lot actually.
February 9th, man.
Bro, I like our team, obviously, but this is not a championship contending team.
I
Like,
need
we
another
should
ball
move some
handler.
pieces. What scares me is that they put out on Twitter, whoever put out on Twitter, leaking that the Mavs were potentially interested in shopping around Dorian Smith. I'm like, yo, we're going to do the same shit we just did to Jalen Brunson. Don't put this out here, please, for the public to know. Now Dorian Finney-Smith is going to be tight.
But Jay, I would say this. This is why I say like for a
Yeah,
franchise.
be happy, Jody.
I think for life in general, like patience is key. Sometimes you need to wait and understand that, and you can't just sit here and force decisions that you shouldn't be making. Next season, the free agent market is going to be booming. It's going to be booming next season. So I'm fine with the Dallas Mavericks not making too many drastic moves that affect next year's free agency. Play this one out, see where they go. And next season, bro, there's going to be a lot of players available next season. A lot. So I think Dallas is really, a lot of teams are really preparing for that. And that's probably another reason why there's not so many trades. Like, there's a lot of players where contract year is up next season. Key, high caliber players where it's like, why would I sit here and make moves if I could get these guys?
Yeah, there hasn't really been a lot going on it.
There hasn't. Huh? I don't think there's a reason to, bro. On top of that, Rudy Gobert killed the market. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Bro, he destroyed the market, bro. Like, I still to this day will never understand.
I thought it was Donovan Mitchell.
Nah, Rudy destroyed.
It was Danny. It was Danny Ainge. It was Danny Ainge.
I think it was Danny
Ainge. Did it.
They got a king's ransom for that man, bro. Would you really give all of that up for Rudy Gobert? Like,
no, of course not.
I don't see it, bro. Like, can any of you up here?
I don't think there's anyone. I don't think there's 550 people in here, J-Rob. I don't think there's anyone who could tell you.
Well, look. You don't give up that, if you're Minnesota, if you're a better team and you got some first rounds that ain't gonna turn out to be nothing but late first round picks, and you need a big like Rudy Gobert, then yeah, I might consider it. If getting Rudy is gonna put me in championship contention as a team that's only missing that, and I can see it. But for Minnesota to do it, it's like y'all just barely made the play in. Like Rudy's not going to change it around. I think that was a bad move for them.
Rudy Poo.
But it could have been a decent move for another team. Like for instance, let's say the Warriors. Like the Warriors, that's not a bad move for the Warriors. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what is it?
Rudy Poo?
If they would, let's say if the Warriors last year were like, okay, we need Rudy, we need a big, like, why, Rudy Gobert, that'd be okay for the Warriors.
Yo, I don't know the difference between Rudy Gobert and Kevin Looney, bro. So I'll just keep Looney for less bread.
Yes,
I'm not
saying
to do that. I would never.
Bro, at least Kevin Looney could left shoulder hook, right shoulder hook.
Kareem Looney.
The Warriors
right shoulder.
The Warriors need the next couple first round picks. No, they don't need those.
Abdul-Jabbar.
I'm going with Kevon Walton, man. That's my talk.
And that's what it was right there. Hoops Hotel. That's what they really messed up. The only reason they really messed up was because they had Walker Kessler.
Walker Kessler is good, bro.
Like they didn't. If they would have realized how good Walker Kessler was, that was the loss.
I don't understand how they slept on him. Did nobody watch any college ball? Did anybody not
I don't think
Auburn blocking everything at the rim? Like he was
getting busy at Auburn. A lot of people don't watch college basketball anymore.
That's the problem, bro. You start watching college ball, bro. Tune in.
You're right. I don't watch it like that, but
college ball is kind of boring now.
I'm checking the free agency market
I watched
right now,
the
bro.
Arkansas Baylor game the other day.
Yo, there's
a lot of college NBA talent on it.
There's a lot of people that's gonna be available next season. It's crazy.
Give me some names.
You got Russ, Chris Middleton, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, Kristaps Porzingis, Kevin Love, D'Angelo Russell, Vucevic, Draymond Green, Fred VanVleet, Harrison Barnes, Jeremy Grant, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Karis LeVert, Gary Trent Jr., Malik Beasley, Will Barton, Christian Wood, Brooke Lopez, Kyle Kuzma, but Kyle Kuzma may just sign. Jordan Clarkson, Dylan Brooks. Who else we got? Jay Crowder is also available next season. Victor Oladipo, Seth Curry. He got accepted? I mean, extended.
Bobby, I don't know that there's in the last 10 episodes. I don't think you've not brought up Bojan Bogdanovic.
That's my dude.
Seth Curry is on a contract year. Rui Hachimura is still on a contract year. Dante DiVincenzo. There's a lot of guys that's going to be available.
Yeah, those are a lot of appetizers. Those aren't entrees.
I think a lot of them are.
I will take Chris Middleton, though. Give me Chris Middleton.
Yeah.
Let's bounce THJ. You might have to give up Dorian Finney-Smith for that, too. We get Dwight Powell up out of here.
Bringing Kevin Love.
I will say
maybe a pick or two.
Jordan Clarkson intrigues me.
Give me Chris Middleton.
Jeremy Grant.
I'd be worried about getting Chris Middleton right now.
I don't want Middleton. I'm not gonna lie.
Why do you say that?
Just injuries with him.
Okay.
Yeah, I just feel like right now the injury bug is hitting him, and that might cost the Bucks a chance to go to the championship this year.
Do you think that the Clippers
had an OG Anunoby? He'll be.
Do you guys think that the Clippers are going to trade like Paul George or Kawhi Leonard if they don't win this year? I think they're going to trade Paul George.
I would consider. How long does the Clippers? I'm gonna be honest. I've never seen an experiment get as much time to work out as them two has had.
What about Joel Embiid? What about trusting the process? That shit's still going on.
No. They drafted them. It's different between drafting young guys and
And I ain't gonna lie, bro. Nobody.
That's still an experiment, though. That's
hold on. But Bob, nobody could have ever foresaw Ben Simmons getting the case of the yips that he has. He has the
Nets
in basketball I've ever seen.
This Nets experiment's going on what 4 or 5 years now? 4 years? What is it? Four? It's not been 2 years. It's not been 2 years. It's been at least.
KD's been there for like 4 years.
Yeah, that's right. But he wasn't playing. He
wasn't
playing.
KD wasn't.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
So y'all not counting. So
with James Harden.
Okay, so what? That's how they got Paul George. That's an experiment over there. It's an experiment in Brooklyn too, and that's just
they literally
they got swept in the first round.
They literally only had two seasons together, bro.
JD, you think the Nets would be a legitimate contender to go to the finals? I don't think anybody up there is looking at the Clippers. Nobody.
I never thought that. I still don't think that.
No, that's not true, J-Rob. There's a lot of people the last two seasons. I would say the last 2 seasons where they had the Clippers as the favorites.
I'm talking about this year.
I'm talking about this year.
There were people on this show saying that the Clippers were the favorites this year. I think Ticket called the Clippers the favorite before the season started.
Wow.
I know people on the panel were talking about
the Clippers were the 2 players that missed more games than Anthony Davis. They're a contender to win it all. Wow.
J-Rob, the Clippers can still come out the West right now. I'll put money on them right now.
Why not? I promise not.
Why not?
I promise you, if the Lakers, you're gonna hate me for this. I promise you, I don't care what I don't care what you say about the regular season game numbers. Healthy Lakers versus the Clippers, I would take them in 7 games, bro.
Nobody wants to see the Lakers in the playoffs.
I would take.
Everyone wants to see the Clippers in the playoffs.
I would take the Nuggets.
Who wants to see the Clippers in the playoffs?
I would take the Nuggets in 7 games over them. I would take the Clippers with Kawhi over Phoenix.
Mavericks
for sure.
I think sometimes y'all
the Mavericks over them.
I think sometimes y'all get stuck in your take and you just refuse to.
I think you get stuck on 2 names on the Clippers.
Bro, I'm not getting stuck on those 2 names. I'm talking about Norman Powell. I'm talking about Robert Covington. I'm talking about the bench. They got a deep squad. There's nothing that's changed for the Clippers since the beginning of the season as far as their personnel. So what's different now? It's just because y'all got caught up in the fact that this guy's not playing, this person's not playing. So y'all put that negative context all over the Clippers. So every time you hear the Clippers, you hear Ticket calling on the strippers. Every time you hear the Clippers, you hear load management. But when the playoffs get cracking and everybody's good to go, all that shit goes out the window.
When?
All that shit goes out the window. In the playoffs, J-Rob, every day.
Luka Doncic iced them in a bubble on a Black Lives Matter logo.
Yeah, that happened then. That happened then. What happened then?
That is so crazy.
You talking about years ago.
You talking about Black Lives Matter. It took 2 Black Lives.
Luka should have got arrested for racism, bro.
Look, J-Rob, this is my shit.
Reggie Jackson had no chance, bro. He had no chance.
Why y'all bringing up something that happened 3 years ago? If y'all look to
because it's the same team.
If y'all look to the east, the sun comes up in the morning. If you look to the west, it sets at night. All y'all got to do is wait for that to happen. I don't know 100 more times, and the playoffs will be getting going. Y'all see. That's all. Just be patient, y'all.
Luka should have got. I'm not gonna lie, J-Rob. Luka should have definitely got canceled, bro. It's ridiculous.
That might have been racism, bro. Violation, bro.
Yo.
Oh my god, bro.
Drink more water. This Middleton injury is being blown way out of proportion. He's been hurt in just 2 seasons out of 11. We give Kawhi all this time, and he's fine now.
He's back. He's more than fine now.
Kawhi's Kawhi, and Middleton is Middleton.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah,
bro. I hate how much this channel I don't know what it is with Middleton, bro. You guys just don't see it.
Over Chris Middleton.
I didn't even like
love for Chris Middleton.
I love Chris Middleton.
Before I came on the show, I didn't even like Middleton. I didn't even like Middleton when he was on his run in 2021, even in the finals.
That's back when you was a casual, Dub. You're not a casual no more.
Yeah, I still don't like him, and I still thought that 2020 run is a little bit overrated for him. He was very inconsistent. He showed up in fourth quarter, but he was inconsistent a lot of the times.
He was great, but it definitely changed the narrative on how people view him now. Because before then, he was the player that couldn't be the second best player on the championship team. So then that run, now everybody thinks he's, he's the best sidekick ever. He's not that, and now he has injuries, and that's even more. Yeah.
I mean, I just look at him and I'm like, he's formidable. It just sounds like people just don't even think that he's anything. I'm not going to say he's a star. I don't think that he's a star, but I mean, I'll take him over THJ.
Yeah, I think he is a star. I think he is a star. There's no doubt.
Listen, people hate me.
He's quiet. Like, he's not a loud scorer. His game isn't loud. It's just, bro, he's a guy that comes in, ain't going to say too much. He's going to put his hoop in shoes, and he's going to shoot you down, bro. And he's not going to talk about it, and that's who he is, bro. So I just feel like you don't have, like, the pomp and circumstance to everybody else. Even his story, I think he came out of, like, the G League and stuff like that. Like, his road to where he's at is different.
That 2020 run overrated a lot of people, Giannis and Chris Middleton. So, in a few years when they don't win,
Giannis is overrated.
Yeah, no. I didn't say he's overrated. I said a lot of people were overrating Giannis and Middleton because of that run. In a couple years when they don't win a championship, a lot of people are going to be criticizing
Giannis is the best player in the NBA. That's not an overrate, bro.
Yeah, that's overrating. That's overrated. Yes, that's overrated. KD's still in the league. KD walked him down and almost sent his ass packing with a worse team. Let that sink in.
Credit. I ain't seen nobody ever get credit for halfway getting it done.
You give LeBron James credit for game one? Do you give LeBron James credit for game one? Do you give LeBron James credit for game one? Do you give LeBron James credit for game one? Do you give LeBron James credit for game one? Yes or no?
Game one of what?
Game one of the Golden State Warriors 2018. Do you give a credit? Yes.
Oh, whoops.
Put him in the type zoom. Do you give him credit? Yes or no? You.
I give him credit for what?
For game one and losing?
Bro, they lost. It don't matter. Why am I in the type zoom?
Okay.
Why am I in the type zoom right now?
Sorry, I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable.
Your GOAT is done.
The one that you just admitted is the GOAT.
Your GOAT.
The one that you admitted just on this show was the GOAT, bro. You are crazy, bro. You are crazy, bro.
It is what it is. LeBron was the best player in 2018, or KD was in 2018?
LeBron been the best player since 2011.
Why?
Since 2011, 2010, LeBron's been the best player in the NBA.
Why was he better in 2018? Why?
Because he was the Himothy, bro. He
lost. He lost.
So
he lost. We don't give credit. We don't give credit by your words. We not giving credit for halfway getting it done. He didn't let he was bitching in overtime about J.R. Smith.
He was bitching in overtime. As good as KD in
he was bitching in overtime to J.R. Smith for that foul call. Hey, he did the same thing he did a few days ago.
Did Giannis not have the go-ahead bucket in the game?
It is what it is, bro. It is what it is.
Did Giannis not go crazy versus the Phoenix Suns and they went down? Didn't they go down 0-2 in the series in the finals?
I'm just saying.
And then went 4 straight on the back of Giannis, bro.
Keep the same energy, bro. He didn't do that against KD.
He won the series, bro. KD is great.
KD almost set his ass packing.
Yo, the best 2 players in the NBA to me right now is Giannis 1 and Bron 2.
They say LeBron. Oh my god.
LeBron over Jokic?
To me, you cannot in your heart.
Oh my god.
I hate to say this, bro. Joel's gonna hate me this because Dub made this point on a clip, and Dub was so right. He was so right, bro. Only nerds to me think Jokic. Only nerds think Jokic is a top 2 player in the NBA, bro. Only nerds, bro, because they love the stats, the efficiency numbers. But he's not even better than Embiid. He's not better than Embiid. So how can he be a top 3 player?
He is better than Embiid.
Every time he plays Embiid takes his lunch money, bro.
It's only been the last 2 times that Embiid's outplayed him, but they've been similar when they play.
Face to face, give him mad work. I've seen top-notch bigs. When it's come to Jokic having to really guard another top-notch big in the league. Yo, Jokic is on some highlight tapes. He's on some highlight tapes, bro. And I'm not trying to violate. Jokic. I really love his game. But he's not top 2. I just feel like like Dub said that shit best. If you think Jokic's top 2, only nerds feel that way, bro. Because I can't beat the numbers. I can't beat the math. I won't front on the math.
Watching that
I'm
shit.
watching the game. Yeah, I'm watching this shit.
It's the impact is not felt the same. I swear,
it's not
bro.
felt the same to me.
I watched firsthand.
I don't get lost in the passing, bro.
I went to that Philly game the first
That's
time.
not big to me.
I went to that Philly game last year with Dell. I watched firsthand Joel B cook his fucking ass, and I'm just watching the game. I'm like, yo, I'm in the game like I don't even like. It's not as if Jokic not even here, bro. He does the pass and everything, but he's like, I don't feel no presence here.
Hey, Joel, can I ask you a question?
He's not a great inside force, Joel. He's really not.
What do you think? Like, what do you value more? Like, so if it's two bigs in the league, right? Or we can use any of them. Let's just say Bam and AD. This is hypothetical. Bam and AD. So let's say I can't use DeMontis, then I'm gonna get too biased. So let's say if you got let's say for instance like you got Bam Adebayo and he's like he kills everybody else in the league. Like let's say he averages 25 and 13 against everybody else in the league, and against everybody else in the league, Anthony Davis averages 18 and 8, which is less than Bam. But every time AD plays Bam, he torches Bam. Who's the better player? Is Bam better or is AD better?
Well, in this scenario, Bam was the player with the better stats that, played all around. But, for example, like if Bam plays better, outplays AD when they play each other, but AD's the better player, I still think AD's the better player. There are just certain players that have your number. And I think in the 2016 finals, going back to Kyrie played better than Steph. He did. But Kyrie was not the better player. He got the better of him there, but he wasn't the better player. And I think Jokic's passing is just what takes him over the top. He's the best passing big man the league has ever seen. And he creates so many opportunities. He's a point guard, but he's a center. So he's a point center. And he creates so much shots for other players. I think as a scorer, he's the best mid-range scorer in the NBA. Statistically, he's shooting the best percentage from there. He can shoot the three. He has the best post game in the NBA. There's just things that Jokic does that people can't do, and that's why I think he's the best. And the value he adds to his team.
Wait, he has a better post game
than
Embiid?
No, I think Embiid has a better one. Just when we take into account like
Joel
fadeaway jump shots and stuff.
Joel, can I ask you a question? Because this is when I gotta ask you this: how much do you value that playmaking from the center position? Because to me, when it comes to Jokic, when you compare Jokic and Embiid, right? The thing I think of, like, we compare everything that they do. If you think about like the defense, I feel like you give up the inside presence for elite level passing. And the passing I will never take away, because to me, I think he's the best passing big ever, bro. I think it's probably him and Bill Walton, to me, were like the best two. But I would lean Jokic. However, he lacks I don't think he's an inside force, bro. Like I feel like any real big, like Sabonis, like I think Sabonis could get busy on Jokic in the paint. Like I think a lot of the centers can out physical him, bro. I don't think he's the most physical guy, and I think that's why I always got to take Embiid over him, bro. Because I'm never looking at my center to be a crazy distributor from within that center position. Like that's what I got my guards to do.
I don't think that Jokic's liability on defense. I think there's some players that can have the way against him, but he's a good defender, and he's one of the top players in the league in deflection. So he is very active in the passing lane defensively, which is a part of defense. I think the main thing with him is that he can't switch 1 through 5, obviously. So they play him in a lot of drop coverages, and there you can take advantage of him when you hit mid-range shots. But he's not a shot blocker. He's not a rim protector, but he does a great job at contesting, and he's not this liability defensively. At least I don't think when I watch him play.
I don't think he's a liability.
I think he's a good defender. And the thing with Jokic is that I don't just go by positions. He's a center. I understand that. I just value creation all around offensively. And I think offensively, his creation is the best of anybody currently. Second is probably Luka. Third is probably LeBron. Those are the top 3 in terms of creation. Steph is there too. Those are the top 4 players that add the most value offensively in terms of what they create.
I was with you all the way, but when it comes to creation, Joel, it is still Braun, bro.
Joel,
when it comes to creation, bro, it is still
J-Rob,
Braun,
I'm upset
bro.
at you. I'm upset at you, J-Rob. Listen, Joel.
What I do?
Love you, brother. This man, Jokic, is closer to a liability than he is to a good or average defender. I am so.
No, he's not.
He is. They are. The Nuggets. What they're doing, they are going by dear life, game by game, trying to protect this man from getting picked apart on the defensive. That's what they're trying to do. consistently. He is a liability. He's too slow on his feet. He can't guard up. Look what Embiid just did to his ass. Cooked his ass. I mean, it is what it is, bro.
Embiid is Embiid, though.
But my point
I ain't gonna lie, but
Jokic,
Joel, we've seen a lot of we've seen a few like the star level bigs.
Look at the playoffs. Jokic,
when you
Jokic
get
was
hot,
taking turns on, bro.
when you get hot, you get hot. You know, and that's Embiid. He had just had a great game. He was phenomenal. But we look at the past two playoff series, Jokic versus Portland in the first round 2 years ago. Jokic had nobody. They still beat Dame. He was such a defensive liability. They still won. In the Sun series, that's when the drop coverage got exposed. But basketball is a team game, and this is where I bring this into it. You have to have the proper personnel that can guard up, because if you have a center in drop coverage, you need a guard that's a great point of attack defender. It can fight over screens, so it makes up for that. That series, they had Monte Morris and Will Barton doing those type of things. They aren't that capable of defenders to do that. Where now they have KCP, Jamal Murray's a bigger guard, so he can do it better. We saw in the bubble Jokic pick apart the Clippers that were favored to win the finals, and Kawhi and PG come back from 3-1. The Nuggets came back from 2-3-1 series in the first round and the second round. And this past season, they lost in the first round to Golden State. Who was stopping Golden State? I mean, Golden State embarrassed Denver. Grizzlies was a tough matchup. They embarrassed Dallas and even Boston. Robert Williams looked like a defensive liability versus the Warriors. They were putting Rob Will in drop coverage, and Steph was just hitting shot after shot.
Listen, number one, the 2020 run that happened in 2020. Jamal Murray was bugging out.
I was just about to say that was a Jamal Murray
show, bro. That was the Jamal Murray show.
It was both.
Jamal Murray was going bananas, and I think there's even impact numbers that supports Jamal Murray being more impactful.
I promise you, Jamal Murray played above his means in ways that literally
it was crazy.
It
was crazy.
If you didn't know nothing about basketball, the run that Donovan Mitchell and Jamal Murray were on in that playoffs, you would have thought they were the faces of the NBA.
100%, and that's a fact. That's one. Two, they won that Portland.
Embarrassing.
They won that Portland Trailblazers series against Dame.
It was a disgrace to basketball.
They won that Portland Trailblazers series against they won that Portland Trailblazers series. Not because of defense, because they were outscoring them, because nobody on that team could guard up on Jokic. The Portland Trailblazers was getting buckets on them. Dame was going crazy. Powell was even going crazy as well. The whole team was, bro, I'm looking at the averages right now. In Game 6, they had 115. They had 140 in Game 5. Blazers had 115 in Game 4. Like, they were scoring crazy on these guys.
Why couldn't they outscore them? If they have Dame and CJ, and they had more talent, the Blazers did that year than the Nuggets.
2020?
Yeah, because Jokic was going
in the bubble. In the bubble?
No, not in the bubble. The year Jamal Murray and MPJ were hurt.
Yeah, I said, no. And this is why, Jokic is a better player than all those guys, because they had the Portland Trailblazers. Their defense isn't that good. It hasn't been good for years, and it was just a shootout between the two. And Jokic, they had nobody to check Jokic, and that was the X factor between the two. And it was a good series the whole time, but it wasn't because of the defense that Jokic provided, or the fact that they were able to play good defense. It was just because that they were able to outscore them, and it is what it is.
Well,
was a liability.
I'm not saying that Jokic is this elite impactful defender. He's not that, but he's not a liability. And for example, the Sun series, it looked bad. You have to have a point of attack defender at that point. And Jokic in drop coverage, he's slow-footed in there. I'm not going to disagree with that. But you go back to the bubble year versus the Clippers, Jokic averaged 26, 13, and 7. And the reason the Nuggets were able to come back and win in that series was because the Clippers couldn't double Jokic. If they doubled him, Jokic was going to make a great skip pass to the corner and get an open three. So that's the value Jokic provides. While Embiid is a better defender, you cannot double Jokic because he's going to make the right pass at every single point. Embiid still struggles with that. Embiid, when a double team comes, there are times where he'll still dribble, he'll lose it, he'll make the wrong pass. He still struggles with that, and his playmaking is not at the level of Jokic. I would say that the gap between Jokic's playmaking and Embiid's playmaking is more grand than the gap between their defense.
Oh
But
no.
something-
Those
But
still
something that has been a
significant
glaring
players.
issue. So something that has been a glaring issue for the Denver Nuggets for every single postseason that they have been a part of, not one or two, every single postseason has been their defense against Golden State.
You don't say that gap is
defense
the
against
same. That gap
Blazers,
is the same.
the defense
in
against the
that
Suns, the Lakers.
It's
let's not
Golden
forget,
State,
the,
bro.
The Lakers. No. The Lakers. In 2020, the Utah Jazz was going crazy. Shit. The Clippers was even going crazy on them, but Paul George forgot how to play basketball.
Bro,
I mean,
the Celtics had the #1 defense in the league, and they still couldn't beat the Warriors. The problem with the Nuggets and the Warriors series wasn't just defense.
That was an experience thing, though, bro.
It was that
the Celtics lost that series because every game towards the back end when it was time to close that mug up, they couldn't get out of their own ways, whether it be fouls, turnovers. They showed so much inexperience in that series. I give you 100% about most of what you're saying. But if that Celtics team may have either went before, have been there before, if this wasn't their first trip in that situation, I think that series looks a whole lot different. I think a lot of that comes to experience more than it does the on paper talent. Because I don't want to just say it was the Warriors, because that Celtics team had more than enough to win the series as well.
I just don't know how we can hold the Nuggets first round loss against the Warriors against Jokic when there was no talent. There was no talent.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that,
agree.
Joel. But when this is a thing throughout the history of the Nuggets postseason for the last 3 to 4 years, the defense has been a glaring issue. All of those times, I can't ignore all of that. This is
Wait, what? You said 3 to 4 times. What do you mean?
No, but he's saying every year. He's saying every time they go to the playoffs, their defense becomes the biggest thing that gets exposed every time. Is that what you're saying?
They haven't been healthy the last 2 seasons, though. I understand if the Nuggets are healthy and Jokic is losing. This is the first.
What happened in 2020?
But what about the bubble? The bubble, it came down from 3-1 twice.
That series could have very well went further. AD hit a game-winning shot.
But the 2020, their defense was getting cooked. That's the point.
Those games went down to the wire, though. All of them went down to the wire. You know, they were very, very close. And it was LeBron and AD.
Close.
It was LeBron.
It was.
And AD.
But don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here talking about just because he lost to the Lakers, then I'm going to diminish him for losing to them. We're just staying on the topic of defense. And the topic on defense for a lot of these postseason series that he had, especially in 2020, the defense was getting cooked. I seen AD walk his ass down. Like, it is what it is. It's a liability.
Davis. But okay,
I get you. What about the Utah Jazz? What about
you are being hypercritical of Nikola Jokic right now because of this lack of playoff success or the defense in the playoffs being exposed. What about Joel Embiid? Like, Joel Embiid has had less playoff success than Nikola Jokic, and Embiid's this far better two-way player, and Embiid has less playoff success than Jokic. He's never been to a conference finals.
You think one guy is a top 2 player.
In 2019, the Philadelphia 76ers in the second round, when they faced the Toronto Raptors, Embiid was getting locked up by Marc Gasol. By a 35, 36.
That was a great. No. That's the same point. That's the same defense. No, don't do that. That's the same defense that was locking up Giannis Antetokounmpo too. Let's not do that. Let's not do this.
That wall was crazy though.
They built a wall on Giannis. They was just telling Marc Gasol, "Hey, you just get Embiid." Embiid in the playoffs was getting locked up by Al Horford. Let's stop acting like
that did happen.
Don't be getting locked up. Jokic, you could talk about his defense, but offensively, he will always show up. And beating the playoffs offensively, he doesn't always show up. Marc Gasol locked him up. Al Horford locked him up. This past playoff, he played with injury. Like, come on, what are we talking about here? Like, Jokic, I understand if you think from an all-around skill set perspective, maybe Embiid is better, but Jokic with less skill set has accomplished more, went further, carried more teams despite being this liability. And now they're finally healthy. They're going to come out of the Western Conference. They're going to make the finals this year. KCP's a great defender. That was a great pickup. Jamal Murray's back. MPJ. Aaron Gordon's played amazing. Why is Aaron Gordon all of a sudden a great, valuable role player?
He's playing
with Nikola Jokic. He's playing with Nikola Jokic. I want to give respect to Aaron Gordon, but Aaron Gordon turned his career around with Nikola Jokic. Who has
Don't forget Jeff Green. Don't forget Jeff Green.
But hold up. You said a lot. In 2018, that's when he got locked. In 2018, in Joel Embiid's first postseason, that's when he got locked up by Al Horford. In 2019, in his second postseason, that's when the Toronto Raptors happened. But then in 2020, they got swept, but he didn't have Ben Simmons at the time. His team was hurt. The same cop-out you gave to Joel Embiid, his team were hurt, and he was still performing in 2020.
Still a better roster than what Denver had.
In 2020?
Yes, my team, Austin Rivers was starting for the Nuggets, bro, in the playoffs. Austin Rivers.
Bro, they had Tobias Harris there. That's it.
Tobias would be the second best player on the Nuggets in the past 2 seasons, bro.
Oh, my God, bro. Tobias is good, but, bro, come on, bro. We don't have to act
Tobias is better than Jamal Murray?
It's not.
Jamal Murray was hurt. MPJ and Jamal were hurt.
Got you.
Yeah,
bro. It's like apples to oranges, bro. It's literally the supporting cast isn't that great. Number one,
and
but
the
we're just
West
talking
is
about
tougher than the East.
That's fine. But we're just talking about postseason success. What you did in postseason underperforming. You brought up getting locked up by Al Horford. You brought up the Toronto Raptors series. But in the last 3 seasons of postseason, Joel Embiid has not underperformed. In 2020, he did not underperform. In 2021, against Atlanta Hawks, he was playing great. Last year,
in the fourth quarter, he choked. He choked every fourth quarter versus the Hawks.
Oh my God! No! Stop it, bro!
He lacked energy.
Cut it out, man! Cut it out, bro!
In the fourth quarter, he shot under 30%. In the fourth quarter,
you want to know why? Because they were shrinking the floor. Because he had Ben Simmons right there next to him.
It's because he was gassed and he was tired. He was gassed.
He's never in shape, Doug. He's never in shape.
Joel, can I say one thing, Joel? The only thing you had mentioned earlier, this is the only thing I had to push back on, is you talk about how we're hypercritical of Jokic. And the only reason I say you got to be hypercritical now is, and this is what I did with Justin Herbert in football. When you take a guy and thrust him to a level where you're saying he's a top 2, top 3 level player in his entire league, then he's going to be hyper criticized now because the standards on what he is as a player has changed. Like, I don't think Joel Embiid is a top 3 player, but I do think he's better than Jokic. So that's why when we had these conversations, I got to go back and forth with you because you're telling me Jokic is a top 2 player, and I don't even got Jokic. I got Jokic barely in my top 5. I mean, Embiid barely in my top 5, and I don't think they're on the same plane at all. So it's like, I got to be critical now because you think a guy is a top 2 player, man, I think there's some glaring holes that people don't notice because I think the box score with him looks amazing and the passes look sweet. But I also went and saw them go 3-1 and come back from 2 3-1s, and the catalyst to me was not him. Yes, the catalyst was his co-star. I'm just saying.
It was Jokic, though.
And they were in the bubble.
The entire action got Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray was just not.
Yes, I know that. No, I know that part. But the fuego, the microwave, the shoulder book bag, to me, that was the catalyst. Was definitely, you can say the engine, like you can say got the offense going was Jokic because he initiates but the engine that got that thing moving, the Ferrari. That was Murray, bro.
J-Rob, that's his job.
I don't want to take anything away from Jamal Murray. I think Jamal Murray, I mean, there was a stretch. I mean, we saw in not only the bubble in 2019 and 2020, we seen Jamal Murray light it up in the playoffs. The Nuggets should have had 2 Western Conference Finals appearances because they lost to Portland when CJ iced them in Game 7, and Jamal Murray was phenomenal in that series. Mm-hmm. But their entire offense is based around Jokic, that 2-man game, that pick and pop, the pick and roll, the dribble handoffs. It's all centered around Jokic. So that's why I disagree with the Jamal Murray being the engine. Jamal Murray was probably like, he was the tint, he was the exterior. He did his thing. But Jokic was the engine for those offenses. And if you think from an eye test perspective, Joel Embiid is better, I understand that. But if we look at what each has accomplished up to this point, what they've done, and look at the resume, there is no legit argument over Embiid over Jokic. Jokic has done more to this point. And Jokic this year is the first year his 2 stars, co-stars, and MPJ and Jamal Murray are healthy. They have been hurt the past 2 seasons. Joel Embiid lost his co-star and then lost in the first round against Boston. Remember in 2020, you told me,
bro, cut it out.
Jokic
know his running mates, though? Do you want to know his running mates? Shake Milton. He had fucking Shake. No, bro. He had fucking Shake Milton and Alec Burks, bro. Are we
Shake
serious?
Milton is better than Austin Rivers. Jokic was out there with
Is he
Austin
better than
Rivers.
Michael Porter Jr.? or Aaron
Tobias
Gordon,
Harris is at the
or
same
Will
level
Barton.
at least. Will Barton
Oh,
doesn't play defense.
There we go. I'm glad that you brought that up. That's my argument. That's
Middleton
in 2020.
over who?
In 2020, bro. In 2020, the roster that Philly had is comparable to the roster that Jokic had. It's
Okay,
very
but
comparable.
what I'm saying is this: Embiid lost his co-star in Ben Simmons, and even then, Ben Simmons at that time was a playoff liability, but whatever. He lost his co-star. He got, I think, did he get swept or he got one game? I'm not sure. He got swept. He didn't even get a game. Jokic beat the Blazers in a series. He won a series without his best two players, without Jamal Murray. I should say. MPJ was there.
You just told me about you not going to knock what's his name? You're not going to knock Jokic for losing to the Golden State Warriors and nothing. The Boston Celtics that season was a title contender. That's who they were. They went to Game 6 or Game 7 with Miami that year. Bro, they were a great team with Kemba. They had Kemba. They had Jason Tatum. They had Jaylen Brown. They had Marcus Smart. That team was a title contender.
You can't get me a game, bro. You can't get me a game.
Jokic got
swept. Get me a game.
Jokic got swept by the Suns. Jokic got swept by the Suns the very next series.
They went to the finals. They went to the finals.
Bro, cut it out.
Did the Celtics go to the finals, or did they lose?
They lost to Miami, who went to Game 7. What are you talking about, bro?
Jokic got swept, yes, but the team that swept them was a finals team. You're talking about the Celtics. Embiid couldn't get me a game, bro. He couldn't get me a game. Jokic won me a series without a co-star.
Oh my God! Let's not sit here and have revisionist history now, and not act as if the Phoenix Suns didn't benefit from having 80 get hurt in the Los Angeles Lakers and Kawhi Leonard getting hurt with the Los Angeles Clippers. So just because they made it to the finals doesn't mean that they were on a different level than that Boston Celtics teams in 2020, and that's just not true. They were on the same level, bro.
No doubt, but that Suns team was a well-oiled machine. I mean, they were phenomenal. Let's not just act like the Suns were always trash and they just benefited from all injuries. They were really good. They were great.
And I'm with you, but you're giving Jokic a bailout for losing to the Suns and getting swept. And I'm saying, why can't I give Embiid a bailout for losing his co-star and getting swept by Boston Celtics?
You can use that all you want, but you're using that to say that Embiid is better than Jokic. Jokic lost a co-star and won a series. Damian Lillard is a first-round demon. He wins in the first round, and Jokic beat him without his second-best player, with his second-best player being hurt. Jokic won me a game. He won me a series. Embiid didn't win a series. And I'm not saying Embiid is this bad playoff performer. He is not. But when it comes to the playoffs, Jokic versus Embiid, Jokic clears. He clears him.
I'm gonna say a point that you said earlier. Jokic played against a very much more talented West. Well, guess what? Embiid didn't have the benefit of going up a Blazers team that just wasn't that good. The Blazers team weren't that good of a team. So he doesn't get extra brownie points because of that. Embiid was going up against a legit title contender in that first round. The Blazers were not that.
The series that we talking about, Nuggets versus the Suns. Will Barton averaged 16 in that series. He was their second best scorer. MPJ shot 38% from the field. He averaged 15. Then, bro, Facundo Campazzo was playing 26 minutes a game. Facundo Campazzo. Are we serious? Campazzo? He's a 5'11 guard, bro. He was playing 26.
Don't make me bring up what
Campazzo was getting busy.
Don't
make me bring up what Embiid's counterparts was doing in that series against the Celtics. Please don't make me do that because it's gonna get really nasty.
We can bring it up. I actually want to.
Let's not get petty, fellas. Let's not get petty.
Let's do it. Josh Richardson, 16 points on 30.
Josh Richardson's better than Will Barton and Campazzo.
That's fine. He went 35
That's
and 35.
much,
He went 35 from the field goal and 35
Will
from
Barton
three.
is nice.
Will Barton is Dion Waiters.
Tobias Harris in that Boston Celtics series, 15 points on 38 and 13% from fucking three, bro. Like, what are we doing? Alec Burke, 10 points on 32 and 18%. What are we doing?
I'm looking here. Josh Richardson, Tobias Harris, Alec Burks, Al Horford. Are those players not better players than what the Nuggets had?
Oh, now you're moving the goalposts a lot.
No, I'm asking. I'm asking. What do you mean we're talking about rosters?
You're talking about rosters is very comparable to what the Nuggets had, bro.
Josh Richardson, Tobias Harris, Alec Burks, and Al Horford are better than what the Nuggets had that year. when they got swept by the Suns.
Like I said, if you want to say better, that's fine, but that's due to preference and not due to overall talent. The talent is damn near each other if we're going to be real with one another. Monte Morris is not a scrub. Will Barton's not a scrub. Michael Porter Jr. is not a scrub as well, and Aaron Gordon's not a scrub.
Al Horford clears.
Yeah, Al Horford is definitely not a scrub.
Does Joel Embiid have a memorable playoff moment? Can you tell me a memorable game he's had in the playoffs?
Atlanta Hawks, he was going crazy on a torn meniscus. That's memorable to me.
They blew a 20-plus point lead in 3 games.
Yeah,
Ben
Simmons should have stepped the fuck up.
Ben Simmons completely imploded though, Joel. Imploded, mentally imploded.
Oh my goodness! And this is the thing that I like. Yes, Ben Simmons was horrible in that series. Joel Embiid, despite he played phenomenal with his torn meniscus. Okay, he gets credit for that. But in the fourth quarter, he was dog water, bro. He was dog water.
Which series?
Versus Atlanta. When they blew those leads, when he needed to be nice, he was dog water.
The dude was going crazy on a fucking torn meniscus, bro. And even then, you want to talk about memorable. What did he do against the Raptors last season?
Do we not judge players off of their performance in the clutch? Do we not do that?
No, we do. We definitely do.
I bet. And the furthest that Jokic got is because Jamal Murray was coming up in the clutch, not him.
And I ain't gonna lie, I gotta kind of walk back a little bit. Like you said, Jamal Murray was like the exterior. He was the wheels, bro.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool too.
He was the wheels. The Joel Embiid. I mean, Jokic is kind of like the Apple CarPlay. That's what Jokic is, the Apple CarPlay, and Jamal Murray was 100%. He was more the wheels than the engine, though. Come on, he was scoring 50, 40 set like.
Bro, there's no way you just compared Nikola Jokic to a nice to have.
Yes.
And Jamal Murray is a must have. That is nuts, J-Rob.
That's why I told y'all
don't
get petty.
That's not.
That is nuts.
Dub and Joel, that's why I told y'all don't get petty. Because now y'all got petty. And J-Rob saying stuff like this.
J-Rob is drunk.
Y'all could have said a better example.
Like you got access
to
every
game 7 versus the Jazz. Jokic had 30, 14, and 4. He closed out that series. Game 7 versus the Blazers the year before, he had 29, 13, and 2. And that, I mean, his numbers were phenomenal. Versus the Clippers, he had 16 points, 22 rebounds, and 13 assists. Versus the Clippers in Game 7.
Sorry, guys.
13 assists. Like I'm saying, he was the catalyst of their offensive performance. And versus Golden State, versus Golden State, this past season, Jokic got me a game against Golden State. I mean, we're talking about a guy in Game 5, a closeout game. He had 30, 19, and 8. Like, bro, you're
not going to talk about what Joel did in Game 7 versus the Hawks, though. This is crazy. You're not going to talk about what he did versus the Hawks.
You're right. Joel Embiid in the fourth quarter of the Hawks series averaged 7 points, 2 rebounds, and shot 39% from the field and 12% from 3.
In the closeout game, don't cap now. In the closeout game, the game that you talk about showing up in clutch, the dude had 11 points and went 5 for 9, bro. Come on, man. What are we doing?
In the fourth quarter.
Showed up. Yes, in the fourth quarter. Come on, bro. Like, come on, man. Why are we doing this to him?
Okay, after Game 4, I'm going to tell you the leading scorers of the games. Trae Young, Joel Embiid.
What the hell does that
the last 5 games, you led the game in scoring once. Joel Embiid. This you supposed to be better than Jokic. You led it once. Trae Young outplayed you. Trae Young would never outplay Jokic. Trae Young will never outplay Jokic, bro.
There's no way you're doing this.
He will never outplay Jokic.
I agree.
I agree. I ain't gonna lie, that was a good point. I ain't gonna lie.
Scoring more doesn't necessarily mean he was outplayed.
Exactly. Just because he scored more doesn't mean he's outplaying.
Look, we're starting to talk about basketball now.
Yeah. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Bobby, for that.
All right.
Even then, I could literally use the Portland Trailblazers series against him. Damian Lillard outscored him in Game 2, Game 3. Norman fucking Powell outscored him in Game 4. And Game 5, Damian Lillard outscored him again, bro. What are we doing? He got outplayed by Norman Powell.
Norman Powell is cold.
I'm just saying, this is crazy.
Game 7, you got. Game 5, I'm looking at fourth quarter. Embiid had 4 points, shot 0 for 5 in the fourth quarter. Game 6 in the fourth quarter, Embiid shot 1 for 5, had 6 points, minus 14 in the fourth quarter.
That was his plus minus?
Yeah, game 6, the Sixers won that game. Embiid was 2 for 7 in the fourth and had 7 points. In the fourth quarter, he was dog water, and they won that game, and he was still dog water.
He was dog water, man. He was dog water.
All right, we have some super chats to get off. Rob Clark Jr. sent super chat, and Jokic is so overrated. Has any of these things he does translate in the playoffs? If he can't get to the finals in this wide open West, pack him up. Well, he's not making this
yeah, I want to just
the Dallas Mavericks are.
All I want to see, Joel, is I just want to see number 2 in the world. That's all I want to see.
I'm gonna be back when the Nuggets make the finals. They're gonna make it out the West.
If they make the finals, I'm gonna be so mad.
I don't say it can't happen, Joel. I just gotta see. I gotta see top 2 level, bro. Y'all said top 2.
He's gonna prove it to y'all, man. The disrespect is crazy.
It's not disrespect. You're saying he's the second best on the planet Earth, bro.
Drink more water. Said rank by playoff performance. Jokic, Embiid, Giannis.
Jokic, Embiid.
Jokic, Embiid.
Giannis, Embiid, Jokic.
Z-Dub, Ticket said Steph isn't good because his success is predicated off someone else, but everyone in the NBA owes their success to everyone. Everyone, even Jordan and LeBron. That's facts.
Oh, especially Jordan and LeBron.
He was talking about Draymond Green.
Drink more water.
Jordan.
Better offensive season, Jokic now or 18-19 Harden?
I'm going to go 18-19 Harden because that was a hell of a year for him.
Yeah, 18-19 Harden for sure.
Nah, I'm not going to hold you, bro. I'm not going to hold you, bro. This Jokic is about to average a triple-double and be a first seed, bro. This is crazy. I'm not going to lie. This is wild. This is crazy. I'm going to go with Jokic, man. This is crazy. I can't believe it.
I'm not answering that question, Jay.
Why are you not answering the question, Bob?
Because who cares? Who had a better offensive season? What are we talking about? Who had a better offensive season?
He also hates James Harden's basketball.
He
does hate James Harden. You gotta get that hate out your heart.
He hates his game.
Hear me out.
Ron hates James Harden.
It's like you spend half of the technically in basketball, you spend half of the season on offense and half of the season on defense. I don't really care about who had a better offensive season. I just want to know who played better.
Technically, that might not be true.
Who played better back? Yeah, technically, I'm just saying, just for the sake of argument, let's say it's going to be close. It's going to be pretty close to half and half. It's like, what are we playing football?
Yeah, I don't want to play football. I'm the best.
No more hashtag. No more basketball.
I could throw a football.
Hey, just throw that thing. Just throw that thing right.
It's by far. All I'm saying, I could give Shaq basketball and this, that, and the third, but I am the best football player on Players' Choice. It ain't close.
Don't give Shaq basketball. I guess do not give Shaq basketball.
Juwan is a host now, a co-host now, so he may got it. But that don't count.
That's facts. A literal NFL player, you're better than an NFL player.
But he plays in
no, it definitely counts. Shaq plays professionally too. That counts.
Okay,
yeah. Hey, Rob, I can't wait to cook you, bro. I'm not going.
All right, so I'll take 2 for now.
I can't wait to cook you.
Yo, J-Rob,
behind your bench, back, right?
J-Rob, we not giving Shaq basketball.
All right, bet. I'm not giving Juwan football. I'm the best, bro. It's me. It's me then.
Hey, J-Rob, how mad you gonna feel when I catch a pass on your head?
You're not, bro. I just want you to pay that money, bro. That's it.
I tell you,
bro. We're gonna do that shit right at We're gonna do that shit right at Hackensack High. So Joel,
these small hands, bro. It's easy work, bro. I promise you.
J-Rob, you're from Jersey?
I'm from Inglewood, bro.
Oh, word. You're mad close then.
I'm like right across here. I'm like a hop, skip, and a jump from you, bro.
Yo.
I don't live there right now, but yeah.
Joel, do you know a place called Barcode or the Lobby?
Is that in Hoboken?
This is gonna get wild, JD.
Yeah, what is going on?
Is it Hoboken?
Barcode?
I don't know.
It's up in North Jersey by Elizabeth.
Like Jersey City kind of.
Yeah, that's the other side. I've never been there, but I heard of it. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just wondering. I love that spot. That's fine. Bitch. Me and J-Rob trying to play we're gonna
go out there. We definitely gonna go out there.
We gotta get lit, bro. We gotta get lit.
For sure. Oh, y'all gotta just let me know.
Yeah,
we'll pull up, bro. Sure. Yes, sir.
Z-Dub, LeBron is comparable to Kyrie in terms of rankings this season, both missing their superstar teammate for X amount of games, but putting up big numbers on subpar rosters in losing efforts. Drink more water. The best player went 0 for 6 in OT. The Nets' only basket was a putback by Bruce Brown after a not called offensive foul by Blake Griffin. Explain that.
Yeah. You know, when you play for damn near 48 to 46 minutes in 3 back-to-back games and then a momentum shift like that occurs, I mean, it's kind of hard to get back in the game. I mean, we're all human. It happens.
It should have ended in regulation.
You think so too, right? You think so too?
Yeah.
Man,
his
too big though. His feet
was this close.
It's crazy.
I was at game 7. I thought the game was over.
But my question is, this is my question. How you review that, but you can't review a regular foul call? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you review an act of scoring but won't review a play call?
No, that's facts. That is facts.
Well, because you're reviewing how many points it was worth. It's different.
It's still the same amount of time, JD.
Oh, you're stopping the whole game. You're stopping the whole game to clarify something. JD. So why can't you just clarify a foul call?
Because it's probably in the rule books, you nerds.
Yeah, the rules need.
And that's your problem. You a damn nerd that always following the rules.
You're a nerd.
Lars just told me they changed the equation of PER because Russell Westbrook was so far and above everybody. They just didn't want to have that. And Jokic.
It's elite. Gabe with the super chat. Dub, I'm not gonna lie, you were doing the same thing Joel is doing on your live yesterday with LeBron in the finals. Dub's a great context bender.
Thank you.
Make context matter again.
Today was I'm not gonna lie. Today was elite context bending the whole episode. I'm not gonna hold you.
Shout out to Teddy. Teddy on Twitter. He tagged us in this Rusty Buckets tweet, and I wanted to ask you guys up here. Rusty Buckets tweet out, if you became commissioner of the NBA, what are some rule changes you would make?
Oh yes, this is
we calling them carries. I'm calling that every time, bro. Mm-hmm. And I'm finding the rest for not call. I say if you don't call that, I'm finding you.
I'll enforce carries. I'll enforce travel calls because I hate watching that. I'll also allow the defenders to be a bit more physical, mainly because I think the defenders need to get rewarded for the defense that they play, and a lot of the offensive players get bailed out a lot. And also I would change something up for the All-Star game. I just don't know what yet, so I'll come back to you on that. But change things up for the All-Star game to make it fun again. Even a slam dunk contest, I would look to improve that.
Get rid of challenges. Bomb.
I feel like right now we're in a moment with Jokic and critiquing his defense the same way people critique Dirk, which is warranted. And I think the answer to the Nuggets defense is possibly getting like a rim protector, kind of how Dirk had in 2011 with Tyson Chandler. That's what I think the answer is for the Nuggets, getting somebody that can play behind Jokic that can protect the rim at a high level, because that's Rudy what they miss right now.
Walker Kessler.
Jared Vanderbilt.
Jared Vanderbilt is fire.
Yeah.
Also, I forgot, this guy said in the chat, and I actually love that idea. For the All-Star break, 1v1s. I want 1v1s. And I think everybody would love to watch 1v1s.
They should like King of the Court,
King of the Court, 1v1s. Like, yo, just like, let's go, bro. Like,
I agree,
that would be so dope.
So many people wouldn't do it because they just don't want to get exposed like that. Like, they wouldn't look at it like, oh, this is fun. They would look at it like, I don't want to lose this and
y'all can call
ruin
me
my
a dickhead
reputation.
all y'all want.
It'd be messed up too, because
y'all can call me a dickhead all y'all. Y'all can call me a dickhead all y'all want. I'm the boss. Go out there, bro. Fuck out of here.
You got to deal with Kyrie Irving with unlimited dribbles with 10 million people watching at home. Like how bad do you hate me?
What if they do one-on-ones, but it's not star players? It's like Dinwiddie versus.
That's what it'd be.
Person.
That's what it would be.
I would like that. Yeah,
that would be dope too. That would be dope too.
They gotta have like a 9-second shot clock.
Yeah. It would have to be at least 10 or less.
I mean, three. I like three dribbles too, though, but I don't know.
Kevin Porter Jr. versus Jordan Clarkson 1-on-1.
And then they do like
Cam
promos.
Thomas.
They do promos and stuff. Like they do the matchups, do promos about talking. Yo, that would be so raw,
That would be
bro.
fire.
Oh my god.
You know, Tracy McGrady has a one-on-one league.
Yeah, I do. I watch it on YouTube.
It's dope. That league is fire.
Nah,
the ref has to call the fouls.
league.
The ref has to call the fouls.
Yo, JD, we got to get Ron in that tournament, in that league, T-Max league.
The ones basketball tournament.
Yeah.
So we can watch him get cooked.
Yes, Ron gonna get cooked. Yo, don't have Ron out there getting cooked embarrassing.
Nah, Ron's nice. I'm just trolling.
A lot of people would be like, a lot of people would tune into that, especially like in 1v1s. Upsets are gonna happen a lot.
Yeah.
Cam Thomas is liable to beat like a LeBron or even a KD in a one-on-one. He was already
LeBron's
challenging
cooking
KD in
Cam
one-on-one.
Thomas,
This is when you say this dumb shit, bro. Like,
oh my god,
he's not, bro. He's not, bro.
Bro, he was cooking KD one-on-one.
If it's make it, take it, Cam Thomas is not being LeBron.
I'm
or KD
saying that there's
one-on-one,
upsets
bro.
like that could happen.
You
Listen,
drunk.
bro.
Stop drinking Henny in the morning. I told you about that shit.
Yo, make it take is the only way they got any action. Now I understand that if KD gets the ball, you most likely not getting it back, but
Make it take is for sure the only way Cam Thomas could win.
it's the only way he has.
The only way, bro.
Nah,
Yeah,
Cam
'cause then
Thomas
you'll
is
get
a
chased.
bucket, bro. Cam Thomas is a bucket, bro.
Yeah, he's a bucket. But
He's
then
a bucket, but you
CW,
just said
you
he's
keep
a
forgetting
bucket
the other
on
side of the
LeBron,
ball.
Like, bro, how do you call somebody LeBron James the GOAT? And you just said that a player that barely sees 20 minutes a night will beat him in a game of one-on-one.
Well, you know, I think they'll beat Julius Randle on a one-on-one end. He
Yo,
gets
you
zero.
lying, bro. Dell's not
Just saying.
beating Julius Randle.
No,
Oh,
Dell's
Dell
beating a
beat
lot of NBA players
He'll
one-on-one.
be on one-on-one, but he plays 0 minutes.
Yo,
Plays
Dell,
0
I
minutes.
love you, bro. Dell, I love you. I love you. I love you. You're not beating Julius Randle one-on-one. Bro.
I'm pretty sure he could beat Julius.
He already
Randle
beat.
one-on-one.
He beat him. He beat him already, bro.
Yeah, like
Like he literally beat him already. Yes.
bro, you are
played
gassing
one-on-one
Julius
before.
Randle like
Yes, he
crazy.
played one-on-one. He beat him. Yes.
Nah, that's Julius.
He's also beating RJ Barrett. Tobias Estes with a rule change or more of like a NBA
No salary tax.
whatever
No
salary
max
change,
contract.
not necessarily like a rule to the game, but no salary cap, no strict luxury tax, no max contracts. Elite. All right, Joel, I think we've gotten to the point where we could get that list.
Okay, good.
Uh-oh.
Actually, I have it prepared. So
Perfect. Gave
I
you
wrote
enough
it
time.
down while you guys were talking to make
Quick
sure.
question before you start. Right?
Yeah,
Do you have the old heads in there? Yes or no?
of course.
Ah,
I
fuck.
respect the game. I'm not disrespectful to the game.
He's not you, Doug.
But if it was a personal list, I'd definitely have guys like James Harden, KD,
Word.
etc.
Like your favorite guys?
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
my favorite guys. So my all-time top 10 players ever. Number 1, I got LeBron James. Number 2 is Michael Jordan. Number 3 is Kareem. 4 is Magic. 5 is Larry Bird. 6 is Bill Russell. 7 is Kobe. 8 is Tim Duncan. 9 is Wilt Chamberlain. And 10 is Steph Curry.
That's a solid list.
No Tim Duncan.
No, Tim Duncan's 8.
Oh, Tim Duncan's eight. No Hakeem.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Wait,
Yeah.
did you have Shaq in there?
I did not have Shaq in there.
Or
Oh,
Shaq.
shit.
You didn't have
Wait, hold
Hakeem or Shaq
Let
in there.
me-
That's
let me-
crazy.
Instead of Steph, I'm putting Hakeem Olajuwon.
Nah, Steph is top 10, Joel. You was right to put Steph on that list, bro.
You bounce Magic out of there and put Shaq right
No,
there.
don't bounce Magic.
Hey,
No.
yeah, get Magic out the
Don't
top
bounce-
10.
Get Magic out there.
Say 4 to 8. What was your 4 to 8?
4 was Magic, 5 was Bird, 6 was Russell, 7 was Kobe, 8 is Duncan.
Bill
You gotta
Russell.
get rid of Bill
That's,
Russell.
yeah.
That's
I'm
the
gonna
one.
take Will out, and I'm gonna keep Bill. I'm taking Will out. I got Hakeem 9 and Steph Curry 10.
I like
Where's
that.
Shaq?
Still no Shaq.
Still no Shaq.
Shaq's probably what,
I think
11 or
Steph
12?
Curry is over Shaq all time.
What?
Shaq would be like 11 or 12
Why?
then, or what?
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. I wouldn't be mad if you had.
I want to
Curry
hear the
over Shaq.
reasoning.
I do. I want to hear too.
First unanimous MVP ever. I think he's the greatest possible offensive engine in history. You can argue a couple guys over him, but I think he's a better offensive engine than Shaq. And although Steph is not the greatest defender, Shaq also struggled defending in space. And I don't know how he'd be looked at as a defender in this era. I think Steph he changed the game. You know, Shaq is the most dominating presence ever, but Steph literally changed how we play basketball. So I gotta have him top 10.
I like that.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
It is
I thought
nuts.
Shaq changed the game too, though. And how they
No, we
played.
didn't. Shaq didn't.
How
change
they
the
play
game.
basketball, they implemented zone defense mainly because of how dominant Shaq was.
I don't think Shaq changed basketball, bro.
That's what happened. What are you talking about? That's exactly what happened.
But that's something that, yeah, I don't know. That's a little bit different than what Steph Curry did to the NBA, where now the game is just completely.
Oh, no. Steph
Completely
did
different.
change that. Steph did that on a different level, but Shaq did change the game in a similar way, though.
Change the game or just change the way that teams defend him?
Yes, and then it's something that's been continued ever since he's been out in the league and out of the league.
Shaq did have the hack-a-Shaq thing.
And the hack of Shaq.
He did start that.
That's true. Yeah, that is absolutely nuts.
You're such a hater, Jay. This is why you're not
Shut
a
up.
debonair, bro.
Shut up. Get the fuck out of here.
This is why I tell you guys. You gotta be mindful who you keep around you. Jay was trying to be a debonair for the longest, and I never accepted him because of this. Fake energy. Fake energy, bro. It's crazy. Crazy fake energy, bro.
Disrespecting you on your own platform. Get him out of here.
Last
That's a broke ass dump shot, dog.
What?
It's so broke. He's airballing. All I'm seeing is airball.
Wow. I can't wait to play you on one-on-one.
I'm destroying you. Traveling Trav, is Russell Westbrook arguably better than every player on the Knicks?
And so y'all really
Not
don't got
better
the
than
aces
Jalen
over the
Brunson.
Spurs?
All right, with that being said, Dub, any final words?
Oh, man. It was a great episode. Joel, pleasure meeting you, bro.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. I'm
Maybe
actually making a top 10 list of current players.
Fire.
Just for the fuck of it, honestly.
Let's get that then after.
Maybe we could do another collab. Maybe me and J-Rob could visit the studio one day, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Definitely do that.
For sure. I'll hit you, bro. And don't be all Hollywood on the gram, bro. When I comment on your jest, bro, I want a fucking response, Joel. Stop playing with me, bro. Fuck, shit is crazy,
So
bro.
with that, you got
this
this
nigga
ready
got
already?
Hollywood, bro. It's crazy. No, I'm just kidding.
Nasty, bro.
Nah, bro, you know who's Hollywood? Low is Hollywood on Twitter, bro. Never engages with me. It's crazy.
Wow, this is tough. I did this list, and I don't know who I really want to be like on it. Because I got up to 8 where I'm like sold on the players I have. And then after that, I'm kind of like, it could be a toss up either way.
I bet. Okay, let's see the type of players we got, and then maybe we could help you with the last two. Who do we got?
Okay. So, number 1, I got LeBron. Number 2, I got Kobe Bryant. Number 3 is Tim Duncan. Number 4 is Steph. Number 5 is KD. Number 6 is Kawhi. Number 7 is Giannis. Number 8 is James Harden. Number 9 is Dwayne Wade.
Nice.
And number 10, I'm stuck between AD, Luka. I think Jokic deserves some recognition there. And that's really what I'm stuck on right now, 10. Just that 10th spot.
This is your top 10, like your favorite players?
Just players that I think are the best that I've seen, personally seen.
No
like that
KG?
list, though.
No KG up there?
I kind of saw him at the back end. I didn't see his
You saw
Timberwolves days. I
late
saw him like
Celtics
Celtics.
KG?
Yeah, I saw Celtics KG.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh,
And that's
Timberwolves
not
KG
that's not the
is
same.
mean.
That's not the same KG that he was on the
missed
Wolves.
some.
Who did he
I'm
miss?
trying to think of any names. I ain't gonna lie.
No Chris Paul?
Obviously,
No Chris
obviously
Paul?
they
Oh,
get this
God,
a
Doug.
lot. Maybe I would say, you know who I wish we got more time of, who was really good? Gilly was good, bro. Gilbert Arenas, if he had like more, if he didn't get hurt, I think the way we talk about Gil would be crazy too.
I don't know.
Gilbert Arenas has been cooking on his basketball takes. We will say that he's getting proven right. He's like me.
Yeah, he be knowing what you're talking.
Oh my God. Okay. Jesus.
I knew that was coming, bro. He like me, bro. He like me, bro.
Ridiculous.
Oh,
Yo,
man.
I'm crying,
You
bro.
could put Luka Doncic there.
Yeah, definitely. Number 10, Luka.
Perfect.
Nah, you should have put
Perfect.
Giannis. You didn't put Giannis there.
No, I did. I think
Okay,
Giannis
okay.
is, I think, 6.
Luka Doncic.
Giannis is behind Kawhi for me.
Wait. You didn't have
Michael
KD there?
Kidd
You didn't have KD?
Yeah, he
No,
did.
I did.
He had
KD
KD at
was
like
number
4.
5.
Oh, somebody said he did.
I'm trying to think about our era. That's what I'm trying to think. Who could you have missed in our era? That was
Man,
crazy.
Boogie Cousins.
say
I don't
Kawhi?
care.
Yeah,
You said Kawhi.
Boogie. That's elite.
Dwight Howard. You didn't say Dwight Howard.
I didn't say Dwight Howard, no.
No.
I don't think
What about T-Mac?
I don't. Come on, Dwight Howard. When we were
T-Mac's
going
the
with
best
that,
time, Bob.
I think AD's
Dwight
better.
Howard was crazy, bro.
He was, but I think AD's better though.
Yeah, Dirk definitely deserves recognition.
Dirk's my
CP?
one.
You didn't have CP.
Nah, I don't think Chris Paul, like peak Chris Paul, is as good as Luke. I'll be honest.
Oh my god. Oh my
Okay.
He's not
God.
lying. He's
Let's
not
get
lying.
off, bro.
James Harden
to...
is not better than peak CP3, bro.
All right, let's
Yes,
get.
he is.
Oh my
Very-
god.
Nah,
Okay,
bro.
we gotta get out.
Okay, it's time to go, bro.
It's a we could go for another hour at this rate. Bob, final words.
Yeah. So got this quote from Jim Quick. He says, "Don't downgrade your dream to fit your present reality. Upgrade your attitude, discipline, and skills to match your destiny."
Fire.
God.
Fire.
J-Rob.
Motivation.
Twitch.tv/JRob2Gs. That's all I got to say.
Shout out by any means. New
Shout out
show
by any means.
every Tuesday.
J-Rob.
Next week we got Trent. Trent will be on, and we'll have DJ Samuels, Defensive Player of the Year out of high school in New Jersey, currently committed to the University of Maryland, is there right now. Gatorade Player of the Year, I think, in New Jersey. So we're going to talk the NIL generation, title the NIL generation. So it'll be a good show.
Fire. Joel, appreciate you coming on, bro. Final words, anything you want to plug, it's on you.
Yes, sir, man. I just want to say shout out to you for having me on. I really appreciated these debates and conversations. And you guys can find me at Twitter at Joel V. Moran or TikTok, and at Pick Us Out Podcast. We go live twice a week and, you know, give our takes and stuff. But definitely enjoyed my time on this show. I appreciate all you guys' time.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
Hold up, Jay. Bobby, come up with
What's
your
up?
own. Listen, I love the quotes that you bring, but listen, let's come up with our own quotes.
Nah.
We're panelists, we're social media guys. I think we've earned the right to come up with our own quotes.
I respect him spitting.
Well, if you got anything motivational, you come up with.
I got you right
feel free,
now.
know what
I
I'm
got you
saying?
right
I
now.
can't believe you're
I like-
roasting
I
Bobby
like-
for giving a
I like
motivational
to-
speak.
I like the relay
hell is wrong?
Bobby,
game. You know?
Bobby a real one. Bobby a real one. I know he got a lot of wisdom on him. You feel me? So I want him to come up with his own stuff. My thing right now, work hard, don't run from the grind, and you feel me? Take life one
And
day
you
at a time.
Feel me? What a quote. I can't wait to see that. You should tweet that, Dub. All right. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, man. We will catch you on Sunday. Stay tuned at 2 o'clock PST, 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern. We got Chill with Chill on the channel. This is episode 1 today. So stay tuned. Peace out.